Welcome back to the very first episode of Voidbound. We would absolutely love it if you'd like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check that bell so you never miss an episode. We are launching a brand new Kickstarter in May called Neon Odyssey. This is the very first episode of our spacified version of Icebound called Voidbound. If you'd like to learn more about our upcoming Kickstarter, classes, species, and the mechanics that we're using, make sure that you head on over to neonrpg.com to become a VIP and join in on our official playtest. That's neonrpg.com. You can go there right now and find out how you can get free dice. You don't want to miss out on this. Go to neonrpg.com to find out more. In the meantime, as always, make sure you leave a comment below. Let us know what you like most about the classes, the campaign, the features, anything that piqued your interest. If you'd like to support the stream, we got a few different ways that you can do that. You can become a channel member right here on YouTube. Make sure you check that subscription status. You might think you're subscribed and you may not be. Never hurts to double check. You can check out our merch shop. We got a lot of really great stuff over there. You can become a patron over on Patreon. But most importantly, visit neonrpg.com and become a VIP now. You can't do it forever. Do it while it's available. Thank you. Take it away, Derek.
The bellowing horn of an incoming plasma harvesting vessel blares over a bustling space market as it comes to dock at Port Crozer. A young human woman weaves through the colorful crowds of the bustling spaceport with deliberate strides, never slowing down for a moment as she makes her way to her destination. As she walks through streets that get rougher and rougher with each passing moment, she finally stops before a tavern with a glowing neon sign that reads, "The Lockjaw Locker." The sound of rabble-rousing is cacophonous from its open doors as pirates, smugglers, and other outlaws come and go to their merrymaking. Her sleek jumpsuit of indigo and aqua and the chrome technology on her person are a stark contrast to the scrappy spacefarers that surround her. As she enters, she immediately sees the man she's looking for, a burly Jazza with a mechanical arm drinking a pint of dark beer and smoking a thick cigar. Delphina, you have found Captain Dreadwake. He is exactly where he said he would be, right on time. You avoid eye contact with anyone in the bar as you make your way over to him. As soon as you catch his eye, he waves you over before standing up and hobbling over to pull you out a metal chair. What happens next is up to you.
Well, you're here on time.
Aye, there can only... You can only be Miss Voss, I presume?
Mr. Dreadwake, it's good to finally meet.
Pleasure to meet you, young lady. If I had known how well put together you were, no offense,
None
I'd
taken.
have chosen a more appropriate meeting place, as I would, you'll see me as I hobble, as standing up will reveal, one of my legs is missing, and I have a peg leg. So I hobble up, but still, despite being at a pirate bar, I will, grab your futuristic pirate tavern chair and pull it out for you, and gesture for you to sit down.
Thank you. And I'll take a seat.
Well, I'm glad. I appreciate you being punctual, given the...
Of course. A lady is always on time.
The urgency of your message, and given the nature of what we're to discuss, I suggest you not look too long at any of the rabble in this place. They won't do you harm as long as I am here, but I would like to assure you that I have made all the preparations if we can come to an agreement and an arrangement right here and right now. I've assembled the crew, I've assembled the supplies, even if we get bound in space for at least another year, we should be able to survive.
So, you assembled the crew then, and none of them are present?
I know, they're on the ship preparing.
Good.
I wanted to
Good.
make sure that we were able to arrive at that number. You understand that this is a very dangerous expedition that you've asked me to captain?
I'm not afraid of a little danger. And I'll actually look around and make eye contact with some of the more dangerous looking people in this place. And I wouldn't worry too much about me. I can handle myself.
Aye. Noted,
But a ship,
young lady.
I don't have. Nor a crew.
Aye, nor a captain
Well,
that can sail through the nebula you're fixing to find the lost ship. A ghost ship, was it?
well, if my terms are amenable, then I shall have my captain, my ship, and my crew.
Well, I mind you, young lady, you seem like you're the type that is confident, wherever it is that you come from. Not that I ask questions, but where we're going is the Erebus Nebula. Darkness. You understand that in order to get there, it's violent, raging plasma storms, the likes of which you've never seen, swells of ether, dark and corrupting. It's on the edge of the galaxy, young lady. So dark from the tides of dark matter and the abyssal kraken that dwell there, that no one particularly sane would captain, as I'm sure you've learned at this point.
If what I've heard is true, I didn't come looking for a sane captain. I came looking for a capable one.
And a capable captain you found! Now, that number, young lady.
450,000 notes.
For, well,
It's more than double what most would pay for an expedition like this.
Oh, yeah, that's true. 450,000 is a handsome sum, and I am sure that my co-pilot and business associate would say, Captain Dreadwake, don't ask questions, take it on the spot. But young lady, this is the Erebus Nebula. And you have a captain that has come across the Spectra Dawn and survived. I've sailed past the hand of Franklin. I've made it to Zartoga in and out, nigh on 100,000 times. I've eluded Cavalon cruisers, Sorok destroyers. I believe I'm touched by Pelagos the Navigator. I am Captain Dreadwake, and my moniker rings true. 450,000, do you find that a fair price for the crew of the Calypso?
Mr. Dreadwake, you are exactly as you were described to me. 550,000 then.
550,000. Young lady, I understand your plight, but you understand that perhaps you should have been sounding a bit less desperate when you reached out to me.
Now, there's nothing desperate about me.
Well, I know that you need to get there, and I know that there's no other ship and no other captain that can get you there. You have to understand, as a businessman such as myself, running a very simple salvage operation, that I know what isn't a simple salvage operation.
Oh, it's not your business acumen that I'm hiring you for. No, I think you might be right. I think you might be touched by Pelagos. Whether it is lunacy that drives you to act the way that you do, or a level of strength I have yet to decipher. No, I think you're right. We could go on like this for hours, but I don't have the time. I have a crew to meet, and I have a mission to get started. So, let's cut to the chase then, shall we? 2,500,000 notes, and not a note more. You will not argue with me going further about the seriousness that I'm taking this mission, or the danger that we're going to be in.
Now, you might want to keep your voice down.
You're worth
saying
it.
That 2.5
Are
million
you not?
notes. I'll look around.
You'll look around and you'll notice that no one seems to be paying any attention to us as I'm fiddling with one of the many contraptions on my belt. It's almost as if no one can even see or hear us. Now, of course, I'm good for the sum, but should you need proof, and I'll pull out another contraption, and I'll quickly type in a code, and I'll slide it over to you.
You would have noticed, as soon as you said 2.5 million, that I have had my coat closed, and that I would have reached and opened it up, and you see a full bandolier of all sorts of strange explosives. Grenades, bombs, all coming of varying different colors. As I look around, and I'll say, well, you got a trick or two up your sleeve, young lady, don't you?
I told you not to worry about me.
I will not ask who you are, but now I know you are someone. And I'll look at the tablet.
I need you, Mr. Dreadwake, and no one else. Don't make me regret this.
Well, for that sum, you have the services of the Calypso, her captain, and her crew. And I'll reach out my robotic arm.
And I'll grab it. And that's a deal then. Let's go meet the crew.
All right. Well,
But a drink first.
That's right.
Among friends.
A toast to a deal well made and well negotiated. As I will raise my drink. Not sure what kind of strange technology that you have for this. And once we finish our drink, I would get up. I'll leave an extra big tip, given that I believe that we're going to be.
You've got a bit more skip in your singular step, and you leave a fat tip for the bartender, whom you know very well. He raises his eyebrows. You don't always have such fortune. And you make your way out into the spaceport. This feels like home to you, Barnabas. Delphina, it feels like the end of civilization. Uneven docking gantries, patchwork expansions in all directions. There are cargo cranes moving left and right, and flickering neon signs featuring a multitude of languages, some of which you understand and many you do not. It feels like there are dozens of them. It smells like a combination of fried food from the eating areas to engine coolant, from the servicing and repair of the many ships that come and dock here and move on, with a hint, an undertone of synthetic liquor. Their dock numbers, 1, 2, 3, many of which have been painted over multitude of times, and everything in all directions is bathed in a sodium orange light. You walk through the crowded space, and eventually, Barnabas, leading you, you both find a light transport ship, humble and well-worn. It is,
There she is.
A sight to behold. This is no new ship, but you can see that perhaps it is better for the wear. Its experience is written right on the surface of its steel, brown-plated surface, and it almost glows with destiny. You look upon the Calypso and prepare yourselves for the voyage to come, here at the edge of the galaxy.
There she is.
She's well loved. Exactly the type of ship I would like to see in this situation.
Aye, that's right. Fixed exactly for the sort of voyage on which we're going, young lady. The Calypso. And don't be afraid, she is former Bloodfleet. I no longer fly those colors. And those who know of my reputation know better than to interfere with my salvage operations.
Of course, I am afraid, Mr. Dreadwake. But I'm comfortable in fear. It's a place I live most days.
Well, not just the storms, the swells, the tides, also the beasties that lurk there. Oh, there'll be plenty of fear for all of us.
Now,
just don't lose your head, though.
Your crew,
Aye.
they've been warned of the danger that they've signed up for. They know the mission ahead of us.
Aye, that's why they've been assembled. Not exactly the crew you're expecting. I can't be hiring on who you might expect. Scallywags, hoopleheads, a lot of them. You can't trust any of the cutthroats in this fucking place. I have a specialized crew selected. Not everyone I initially intended. We're about +1. But we need a small crew to captain.
A trustworthy crew?
I trust most of them. But you can't trust everyone
A smart
fully,
man.
Lady Boss.
A smart man.
And I assure you that at the very least, you can trust your life with myself and my co-pilot, Mr. Stabs. Very least our assistants. I do trust them, but they're newer to the operation, specially selected for the type of voyage on which we're going.
Well, lead the way then. Let us proceed with the introductions.
And I'll describe myself. I mentioned it's a big, burly Jaws. I'm bald. I have a single large fin. And instead of a beard, I have some smaller fins that grow from my chin. Big jaw, and I have a large mechanical arm that you've only seen just make a single hand, as well as a peg leg. And I wear a coat, and as I walk, you can occasionally see the glint and almost hear like the ticking and the clanking of the explosives that I wear on my person. It is probably not wise for the amount of rattling and jangling and clanging for all of those explosives to be hitting against each other.
And the cigar smoke.
And the cigar that I'm smoking, I'm having ashes. I kind of brush it off on my coat. As I show you the Calypso, and it is very much a light transport, but it's scrappy. There are external exhaust pipes on the exterior, and the shape of it is almost this wide, rotund, fat-bellied space shark almost, where the pilot's where the cockpit would be almost where the two eyes of this beast would be. Not like a mechanical shark, but a ship inspired by that. And you're familiar, presumably, with like the ships of the Blood Fleet. Very much a repurposed pirate ship, but a number of strange harpoons along with the turrets that mark this thing. As I will take you
notice
aboard.
as you're doing this, I've pulled out almost like a little scanner, and all of these things I'm scanning and checking and making little notes. Okay, yes, almost as if I'm reading additional information about them.
Up to your standards, young lady.
Well, just like the ship itself, a little bit worn, but all suitable tech.
I think it's worth pausing for a moment, and I'm going to ask you to describe yourself a little bit more fully, Delphina. But as you're doing that scan, you're getting information. This is a light transport, and for everyone's shared imagination, a light transport is approximately the size of a Millennium Falcon. Yep. I think that's a very fair parallel
That's
to make.
exactly right.
And obviously, it is aesthetically quite different, as our captain described, but I think it's worthy of hitting that size value for those of you who are familiar with the franchise. Delphina, what do you look like as you continue to tinker with your gadgets?
Delphina is roughly about 5'10". She's pretty tall for a female Stardust human. And she's wearing her a suit that she seems pretty comfortable in, something that she probably wears often, a bodysuit. She very clearly walks with a sense of comfortability moving through the world, most likely due to whatever station allows her to be able to drop 2.5 million notes on a mission like this. But she also walks in a way where she seems comfortable on a ship like this. Not necessarily that she hasn't lived the privileged life, but that she's also experienced the roughness and the harshness of space in a way that most people in her station probably wouldn't have.
You've seen much of the galaxy.
Yeah,
that's
she
right.
is. That's her. She's. Are we talking about what we are? Is that
Barnabas? Before we proceed, I think it is healthy for us to introduce our species, which you did, and our subclasses, just to name them, since we did that before we officially started this session. So, what is your class and subclass?
So I'm a Stardust human. I am a tracer of the X-Agent variety, with the agent background. And let me see. Do I have anything else that I feel like I need to say about that?
The features of those will become emergent as the story progresses, but I wanted to name them.
But I think I will leave it at that.
And you definitely move with a confidence that allows you to be in a space like this. Your experience with the end of civilization being perhaps limited, perhaps not. The crucial detail, and this is something you've noticed, Barnabas, is that someone like this certainly doesn't fit in a spaceport like this, but she's not getting as much attention as you would have guessed. What should demand attention, people almost skip over her, and it is a surprising and noticeable detail when you're talking right to her. Tell us a little bit about your traits and features.
Yeah, I'm a Jaza. I am a machinist class. My subclass is the Boom Doctor. I've mentioned my explosives. In my background, I'm a spacer. As I would guide Miss Voss up basically up the landing platform into the hull of the ship. And as we're walking, I'll say, the first one we're sure to meet is the newest of the crew. He offered his services, and you understand it's quite dangerous, and raiders, corsairs, and all sorts of unsavory types. It's helpful to have a blade, as well as good luck to have a practitioner of the Harmony aboard any vessel. So, just to prepare you, as I will guide her up the gangplank into the ship. Well, and once again, it's a little bit less scrappy inside than it is outside, but it's still about ramshackle and put together. And
ramshackle's the word that came to mind mine as well. There are probably some patched floor plates, right? But it's not shoddy. It seems mindful in its space. You're hit with the smell of recycled air as you come in. It's not unclean, but it is certainly lived in.
And I'll walk into, and you'll hear the sign of kind of this humming, and then and like almost this strange black bursts, as we'll go into the main common room, and you will see a saurian of the Spinosaurus variety. These orangish amber scales, along with frills of jade, and this hardened jade color, wielding a double-sided laser sword, crystalline make. One side is a bit of a jade color, the other is a deep purple. As there is a ramshackle robot. Very simple, and it almost has it's almost designed to look like some sort of creature, but it almost looks like bait, right? A little fish bait, as it's floating around, shooting little bursts of these miniature ray blasts at this saurian as he is blocking them. As I will say, Mr. Jade Shell, may I introduce you to our employer?
And I would finish as the last blast comes through. I would finish and deflect it, perhaps upwards, as I stop and the simulation will end. And I'll move my my blade to my side and just put it to the side of my belt, as I'll turn and look at the two of them walking in together. and say, Lady Voss, I presume.
It's lovely to meet you. I have heard very little about you, but what I've seen so far is impressive.
Thank you. It is very nice to meet you as well. I hope that this mission will take us to interesting places.
You're so gentle for someone going on a
No,
mission
don't let
like
that
this.
fool you. He's a veteran of many wars. Oh, you cut down a good Cavalon knight or two, haven't you? Give those bastards a what for? All right, Mr. Jade Shell.
That I have, Barnabas, Captain. That I have.
You have a crew of killers protecting you. Young lady, have no fear.
Mr. Dreadwake, don't let my observation fool you. I'm not blinded to the skill that this man clearly holds. I just find it curious.
Indeed, as you are taking in your new passenger, she's making a first impression of you. What does Tai Shen look like? What is your species and your subclass? How might you appear in at first blush?
I believe Barnabas' description was pretty spot on physically, but additionally, Tai Shen is a Saurian of the Sharptooth variety, thank you. And he is a disciple, the subclass Symmetric. Also with the background of veteran, as an experienced soldier, sharing fair share on battlefields and having survived. And we'll learn more about the subclass as we continue.
Very good.
Yes, Lady Voss, as Barnabas said, don't let my calm demeanor betray you to think I have a weakness of arm. Believe me that I am very capable of defending you and the captain on this journey.
Aye, and he's the most recent join up on this expedition, but he came to me, offered his blades, and said there was an air of destiny about our voyage. Perhaps the harmony itself is on our side. Because before I know that Pelagos the Navigator is as well. We are a blessed, fortunate crew.
You're going to need more than a blessing and fortune to survive this mission. But if you're all as capable as it sounds, I think you might just stand a chance.
All right, I'm going to go introduce him to Mr. Stabs. As you were,
Let
Mr.
me know if you-
J.
Is
If you have
Stabs
any-
his given name?
Hey, Mr. Stabs, that's right, yes.
I'll be here if you have any further need of me, Captain.
We
I'll
appreciate
reach out.
that, Mr. J. Shell.
Lovely to meet you.
And you,
Tai
Lady
Shen.
Voss. Tai Shen.
You may call
Yes.
me Delphina.
And young lady, I mean no disrespect, but
Oh,
I
no,
know that
I've-
you are an employer, but once you're on a ship on the Calypso, Captain is more traditional than Mr., if you don't mind.
Well, Mr. Dreadwake, when you have as much money as I do, I refer to no one as my captain.
Fair enough. And now it's time to introduce you to my co-pilot, my co-captain, the other main owner of our salvage operation, Mr. Stabs. You have never met anyone as so lucky in your life, blessed by the dealer herself. Lady Luck is always on his side, and you can't kill the bastard. I've seen that bastard die so many times, he always walks out unscathed.
I can't wait to meet him.
Here, and I will guide her to the cockpit. As presumably you'll see in the there'll be two chairs, one on the left and one on the right. They'll be in the co-pilot chair. You will see a Poggle with a pig-like nose, slicked back hair, large ears, a little tail with a ball, but kind of slickly dressed with a strange contraption and almost is in a harness around with a glowing device that almost looks like a clock face in the chest. As I say, now meet my co-pilot, Mr. Stabs.
Oh, Captain, you're back.
Hey, meet Miss Voss.
Well,
Our employer.
if it isn't the lucky lady herself, it's nice to meet you. I'm Scrim.
Well, it's lovely to meet you as well. Good day, sir. Good day.
It's great to have you. This is exciting. Are you ready? Are you excited? I'm excited.
I love the energy you're bringing to this vessel.
It's about time. We haven't had anything exciting for weeks.
Oh yeah, that's right. Mr. Stabs is also the negotiator of, unless when real sums are involved, no offense. And but he's quite a charming young lad when my wiles seem to have no effect. And don't worry, Mr. Stabs. The young lady here has paid quite a fair fee for our voyage. So, do you know where Mr. Yorner is?
Yeah, well, it's been a while.
It is still in his quarters.
Last time I saw him, I believe that's where we left him.
All right.
You know, he doesn't get around very much.
Yeah, if you would just go on ahead, I will find Mr. Yorner so you may be introduced to the final member of our crew. I just need to get a bit of a pre-flight conversation with Mr. Stabs, if you don't mind, young lady.
You would like me to find the final
Oh
member?
no, just we're back where we were with Mr. Jade Show.
Oh,
And we'll find him. Don't worry. One word with Mr. Stabs privately.
I'm going to look at you a little quizzically, but choose to trust.
And Miss Voss, was it?
Yes,
It's a pleasure having you aboard.
it's a pleasure to meet you.
Get ready. We're going on a great adventure.
I do believe we are. And I'll look out to the galaxy, the smells of the end of the universe. Yes, I do believe we are, Mr. Stabs. Taishen!
Yes?
Oh, I'm coming to join you, so
Oh, plenty of room?
Hey, this job is 2.5
bring out that target dummy. I need some practice.
Taishen would hear
sure.
from almost like faintly from wherever you are. 2.5!
What? 2.5. I don't know who she is, but she is rich. She is somebody.
Mrs. Stabs gets so excited.
I don't know who she is, but I don't know. She said as if she was pouring herself a cup of tea.
Where'd you find this girl?
Yeah, she reached out to me. I don't know. This will be in and out easy.
I just kind of sink lower into the co-pilot's chair, and you can see that I'm doing math in my head. Like, very clearly calculating, like, whatever my cut might be, right? I'm already dreaming about the money.
So you keep that smile on your fucking face and make her feel like Her Highness herself, the Empress, her fucking self.
No problem, Captain. No problem.
All right. Oh, that's right, young lady. Oh, pardon me. Just had to wrap up some bit of business. Keep at it, Mr. J Shell. How's your form?
Delphina isn't even looking at you. She's got her pistol and her rapier out, and she's with Taishen fighting off this little thing.
Oh, take it easy.
It's so fast.
It's just fish bait. Don't worry about that. He's trying his best. Don't damage him. He's already had a couple of rough scraps.
You have to anticipate the movements. You have to feel its sensation and the harmony before it attacks you.
Like this. And I'll close my eyes and then hit it every single time with no hesitation.
She's harmony sensitive.
All right, or she's got fancy gadgets. I'm sure.
And you will see that there is something blinking on my belt.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Wow, very impressive.
I needed that. This whole meeting everyone, it's so stiff.
Well, I think there's just one final member.
All
Are you
right.
coming along for the meeting? Are we leaving you in
I
here
think
alone?
I think it's best that we just introduce Mr. Yorner. There's.
You seem worried about this one.
Not worried. I am not worried. Keep at it. Keep your form up. Get your back into it. We're prepared for takeoff.
As you wish, Captain. I will be sure to stay sharp for the journey ahead.
All right. And I will guide her deeper in the ship. There are some crew quarters throughout. And I'll say, now, this last one here, I am sure you're familiar with the Church of Carcosa.
Yes, of course.
This is the Carcosa preacher of Port Crozar.
You have a holy man on board.
You know that we're the waters.
No
The
judgment from me.
The ship, the space where we're headed is on the edge of existence, and that's the domain of the void, young lady, and going that far, it's better to have someone who knows, perhaps, what awaits us, knows its nature, might be able to call it to heal, than be without.
You surprise me, Mr. Dreadwake. When I stepped aboard this vessel, anticipating meeting your crew, I expected a hodgepodge of whoever you could find. But you have amassed a small crew of a blade, luck, and faith.
You don't survive being a spacer as long as I have without developing a superstition or two. They're all we can do once you're out there in the expanse, young lady.
I'm unsure whether I believe in fate, but if it does exist, I think that our meeting was written in the stars. Let us meet this man.
All right, well, here's his quarters
faith.
right here. I'll knock. Mr. Yorner, are you busy in prayer?
You hear nothing initially.
I think he's busy in prayer. Mr. Yorner, our employer has arrived upon the Calypso.
As you enter, for like an instant, you hear like whispering. No words. It just stops as the hiss happens. It's almost drowned out. As you enter the room.
Mr. Yorner, this young lady is Delphina Voss, our employer. She will be the one that has our heading on this voyage. This is Yorner, the preacher of Carcosa.
Just Yorner.
You'll look over, and I'm sitting in a small seat, and there's a table next to my bed, right? And there is a box. And floating above the box is a non-Euclidean geometric shape with points on the edges, and it's kind of rotating. And you get a glimpse of it for a second, and the rims of it and the edges look like black coral, almost. And on the faces, there are these almost glowing, are they white? Faces. But as you look at them, it's almost as if you see every color and no color. All at once. As I quickly shut the lid of the box and it like sloops down.
No, wait a moment. Can you do that again? What was that thing? Lady Delphina Voss, but as interested as I am to get to know you, that thing. What is that?
You are finally here.
Yes. I think you and I are going to get along greatly.
I look at all of the various things she has on her, maybe a few
Do you mind? And I'll pull up one of them and aim it towards the box, not getting close to it, but just to scan it. Do you mind? I won't touch it.
I'll open the lid of the box, and it rises up and it sort of floats, almost as if it's like floating in the sea.
My device starts to smoke. Oh, gulch, and I'll close it and put it in. Well, for another time. That is incredible, Mr. Yorner. Absolutely incredible.
You wish.
You could have gotten far more out of me had I known about this.
It's a fair price.
I stand up and I grab my staff that's against the wall, and I'll sort of heave myself up. I'm really about your height.
Yeah.
With my shell a little taller.
If I were in heels, we'd probably be about the same.
As you stand, do you want to give yourself any more additional physical description and get into what you are? Unless you prefer to save it, you seem very secretive.
I am a Merexian, which is a cuttlefish, octopus-esque, crustacean-y species. Mollusk from the world of Carabus, the same homeworld as the Jaza. And I am a void caller oracle. I have kind of mottled orange and blue skin, I have a large spined shell that comes off of the back of my head. You don't know how much of that is head and how much of that is just shell. And I wear long, kind of blue robes, and my staff looks to be almost made out of shell. It's hard to tell what it's made out of, and at the top there's a spiraling, almost like a conch shell, that spirals to a point.
Does the staff have a matte or a reflective quality?
I would say it's hard to tell. I would say it is a satiny, and in
silk.
some ways it looks totally matte, and others it's gleaming and almost as if it shifts between. And I'll stand up and I'll say, "You wish to voyage beyond the stars."
Have you been? You've been. He's been.
No, we're not going to the abyssal void. Just where it's
No.
slithery tentacles here through
Just to the edges, of course, but you've been.
the edge of the galaxy, no further.
No, I have not been.
Maybe not physically, but you have seen.
I am not ready to voyage beyond the stars. Are you?
No, just to the edges. We are simply looking for a ship that has gone missing. That's all. Nothing more. But you know something.
A pilgrim. You're a pilgrim.
Among other things.
You search for something lost.
You'll see a look of sadness flit across Delphina's face for a second before it's completely masked. Yes, of course. And I'm sure we will speak about this above deck, but we are looking for a ship. We're looking for a research vessel.
A lost ship?
I will do a full briefing with the rest of the crew, Mr. Yorner. You will know in due time you came aboard this knowing what was at stake.
What is lost is found, and what is found is lost. This is fate. Do you feel it?
I'm not sure I believe in fate. But if it does exist, as I mentioned to Mr. Dreadwake, then I do believe what we have here is something fate-touched. I very much look forward to getting to know you, to speaking further about where you come from and the things that you've seen.
Well, it's a long voyage to where we're going. The Erebus Nebula is far. Even as out on the outer rim as we are, there's a ways to go. Now, Mr. Yorner, you'll be present for the briefing.
Yes, do. Please join us.
Yes.
We'll see you in an hour.
Yes.
All right.
And I'll kind of awkwardly shuffle out.
And as the...
Well, I'll
go ahead,
move.
go
I'll
ahead.
move to the door and start to move out of it, and then stop and look back over my shoulder and glance between you and the box and down to the tech in my hand that is still smoking. Whatever was in that did not want to be read, did not want to be observed. And you'll see a smile, just uncontained smile, alight across Delphina's face before she turns
Before
and
you
leaves.
leave, as you leave, I've already set my staff back down. I set back down to my seat. I'll say, you wade with he who drowns beyond the stars. And as the door shuts, you almost hear
Yeah, I would say
whispering
nothing. I would say nothing.
as they totally shut out when the doors close.
Oh, yes.
An interesting crew.
Oh,
but
yeah.
one that I do believe will suit our needs.
Okay, well, where we're going, a man like that will come in handy.
Yes.
Although I'm not quite sure why this fangled Carcosa faith is spreading like wildfire across the galaxy.
No idea why.
Sleeping in peace and all that sort of thing. Give me a great battle blessed by the Navigator. That's how I want to go. No peace in the deep water for me.
So, in an hour then?
Oh, in an hour. You have the devices you said that'll give us our heading.
Yes, I've got everything that we need.
May I have it so that my co-pilot can get it hooked into the ship systems?
Yes, I should spend some time explaining how it works. It's quite expensive technology. You might not be familiar with it.
All right.
Absolutely, of course we can.
I'm
And
a bit handy.
I'll pass it to you very quickly, and you can see that it's unlike anything that you've ever seen before, in the sense that it is very well made and clearly very expensive. However, it contains most of what you would expect on a nautical voyage. You have your ability to chart navigation in the way of a compass, as well as a way to show maps, among other pieces to it that don't make sense to you. And all along it, you see all of these strange symbols as if it's looking for other things too.
Does it go boo? Boo? Yeah, probably.
I would say that Delphina's hand reaches out and adjusts one of the knobs, and there's a soft click, and you hear static. And there's this tone that rings out. And as it does, all of the other little displays, the meters that are on the surface of this device, raise up, brighten, and then slowly shift back down before you hear it again.
And you'll see as I look down at something on my wrist, and there's almost an exact copy of everything that you see on that device right on my wrist.
All right. Well, if you want to keep, you like to get yourself settled, here's your crew quarters right next to Mr. Yorner's. And so you can get yourself settled and back for the briefing in an hour.
I'll see you in an hour then.
So you make yourself at home. The Calypso is your home as much as ours now. Welcome aboard, Miss Voss.
Thank you, Mr. Dreadwake.
As I'm going to go to the cockpit.
Mm-hmm.
As I turn into my room, I will stop at the door with my hand on the frame for a second and look down at the hall. Just nothing but silence around me as I hear the final clack, clack, clack of Barnabas ascending above deck. And I'll look back at the door that I had just come from, where Yorner is now alone with whatever that thing was in the box. And for a second, I turn as if I'm going to go back and then shake my head. There will be time, Delphina. Patience. And I'll walk into the room and close the door gently.
As I make my way through the ship, what is Taishan doing now? As I pass you, because I have to pass you to get to the cockpit.
Oh, I think if I know that we'll be looking to meet in an hour, I think I would be finishing up training and either getting ready, going to wash off. I would be just coming to an end of working with the fish flying around shooting beams at me, possibly powering it down, and getting ready to head back to my own quarters for to get in the right state of mind and meet up for the gathering.
As we pass each other, I'll kind of be hobbling through. I'll say, "Hi, Mr. Jade Shell, preparing for the mission briefing."
I am, Captain. Is Lady Voss ready to deliver it, or will it be yourself?
I have the briefing. I know we're heading. This is our heading, Mr. Jade Shell. You sought me out because of what you felt with your spirits, the harmony.
Yes. I don't know our destination, but I know why I'm here. Something draws me to you, Captain. The way you would tell it, you were born amongst the stars and they were your very first vessel. Within you, I feel a will of fire. And I know that whatever heading you set will bring me to where I'm needed, to restore balance.
And all that, the feeling that you have about this voyage, is it a good feeling?
Some people believe the harmony to be good. Some people believe it to be bad, to be light or dark, to be brightness or sorrow. But the harmony is all things. It exists in balance. Do I have a good feeling about where we're heading? I feel as though we're heading where we are needed.
Good luck to have a man of the harmony aboard. That's what Ice always says. That's what my father always says. Well, I'll see you in a bit, Mr. Jade Shell.
I'm pleased you agreed to bring me on board, Captain. I will serve you well.
No, you don't doubt that. Keep your sword at the ready. As I'll make my way to the cockpit, and I'll finally sit down. Oh, my fucking back.
When you've joined me in the cockpit,
Yeah.
you would actually see me doing work. I'd be going over pre-flight checklists. I'd be making sure that we have everything that we need. Absent-mindedly dancing a poker chip between my fingers as I'm just kind of doing the pre-flight stuff that you know me to do.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Captain.
All right, Mr. Stabs. I have our heading. Let me get this affixed. As I will sit down and kind of towards your side of the console, there'll be some various ports, and I will. You'll see my hand. You see me do this tons of times. My hand will then and shift into a whole plethora of tools, and that I will then use to effectively pull out cables and attach this device that's far more advanced than the scrap ship that of the Calypso, but I am able to use. Well, I will attempt to use the engineering tools that are in my hand, as I'm going to attempt to basically fasten and connect it to the systems of the ship, so that Delphina's tracker is able to basically slot well, so that that Scrim will be able to have our heading and help me navigate as we make our way to the edge of the galaxy.
I would say that you won't need to make a computers check. This is a simple matter of finding the right tool for the job, connecting the two things together. There's no chance of failure here. You are a little perplexed by the what should be a simple nautical tool, the additions, the expansions, and the sophisticated craftsmanship of this device. But without a second thought, you connect it, and very quickly, Scrim, you and Barnabas both notice that your navigation system is getting a clean signal. You are able to read and get the navigation coordinates that you are looking for.
Beautiful.
The route that is charted before you does look perhaps worth $2.5 million in payment. This is not going to be a simple jaunt. There will be more to unpack during the briefing as to why, but this journey will take you through dangerous, for lack of a better word, space waters.
The whole time you're doing this, I would still be making conversation.
Yeah.
So I would ask you. So did the young lady meet Yorner?
Oh,
How'd that go?
did. She found him quite interesting.
Oh, good. You know, he's super nice. Creeps the fuck out of me.
Well, I mean, you keep saying that, but he is the preacher of Carcosa. Where we're going, that'll be handy. Do you know what with the navigator on our side, a man of the harmony, and then the voice of Carcosa? Our voyage is triple blessed. Good luck.
I'm trusting you, big guy.
Our luck is what we need.
I'm with you.
You bring your luck. May Toikrus the dealer bless this vessel.
Yeah, my own special brand of luck, whatever that might be.
And the greatest blessing that we need. 2.5 million fucking notes, Mr. Stabs. Yes, Mr. Stabs.
That's the best news we've gotten ever.
No, you didn't.
Do I have time to take a shit? Of course I've got time. I got nothing but time. I'll be back.
And like the Millennium Falcon, you find that there's no restroom on the map, and you have to you
Shit into open space.
No. I was trying to do the mods a favor because they were worried that the piss and shithole from Icebound wouldn't survive the transition to this Voidbound campaign, but it survives. And
It's the only thing that survives.
it's the only thing that survives, and you are able to do as you please.
I leave
Barnabas,
before.
you're
I'm
left
just trying to
alone.
go before the whole briefing thing
You do
and
that.
think about my 2.5 million.
Well, what happens next is up to you. So, and you find yourselves spending that hour or so before eventually coalescing in the main core room of the ship. This is the social area. It's the largest room by a wide margin, large enough to train in. And the five of you eventually shuffle in to discuss the plan.
Hi, crew. Look alive. Now you all know where we're headed. Right to the edge of the galaxy. The Erebus Nebula. Part of the Stardust Rhapsody. Few ever see. Fewer see and survive. Horrors, dangers, things beyond even the protecting stars of Agathos await us, but what awaits us is our quarry.
Yes. We are looking for the QSS Osamandas, a research vessel that went dark. Recently, we have, and the help of that navigator will get us there, we have received a ping from deep within the nebula.
Oh, your distress signal.
Our mission, that countless millions of notes are tied up in that vessel. We are to find it, rescue those who can be saved, whatever tech we can find, and the research. Very important that we find and recover the research.
I'd say it would be very easy to understand what it is that Delphina's describing as she connects to one of the computer displays. And before you, a holographic image of a ship emerges. It is a beautiful, long, large spacecraft. This vessel is sleek with rounded corners, but a triangular prismatic-like shape with a massive engine on one side and sleek exteriors. Totally flat. There are no additional ports or bulbs or appendages to this. It is as simple a shape as you could imagine, and it feels like a science vessel just by its very look. Even without a comparison to scale, you can tell that this is not perhaps the size of something like a capital class ship, but a very large vessel indeed, something that would dwarf the ship that you are now standing in, and perhaps even be comparable to the port that you find yourselves in, this space station with which you're docked.
And Miss Volz has assured me that there are no others with this device, no others with this heading. We are the only ones who have any knowledge.
We are their only hope.
Any idea of what might have caused them to go dark all of a sudden?
I'm unsure. Given the dangers of where they were traveling and the research that was being conducted, there are all manner of things, and I believe that Mr. Dreadwake has briefed all of you on a myriad of the dangers that we might encounter. Any one of those things could have befallen
Okay,
the ship.
right.
What were they researching in such a remote area?
Well, many things. The life, what little life there is, out at the farthest reaches of the stars. A ship like that, with that much money tied up into it, is one of the few vessels that can even survive out in that area of space. Samples, just knowing what's out there.
You're on the edge. Flew too far. But we will go to Erebus and we will make it back. That is part of the job. We have enough provisions in the best case scenario that all hands are still alive. It'll be a bit cramped if so. We will have enough provisions to make it all the way back if so.
Good.
The cargo hold is as clear as it can be to fit the research and the tech, while still keeping enough food and water. Are you all certain you wish to go on this voyage, Mr. J. Chow?
Yes. I will follow you, Captain. I will board the Calypso and ride it wherever it takes us. I have no doubt in my mind. We'll fly to Erebus, recover the crew, and back. I believe the Harmony will see this plan to fruition.
No challenge. No further questions.
No.
How long is it going to take to get there? I have my calculations, but now that you've seen our destination, now that you have the device, how long will it take your vessel to get there?
Even at the fastest, taking the ether currents that I know best. Best case scenario, a little less than a month. Where we're going, there are no liminal rings. There are no currents. We'll go as fast as we can with the drive that the Calypso has. But we need to be careful.
With an additional month travel, Lady Voss, do you know how long the ship has been dark? Do we expect to find survivors?
I expect to find survivors. I hope to find survivors.
Vessel that large, as large as the Osamandas,
It has
should have
resources.
enough provisions to last years.
That being said, I'm not paying you to be curious. I'm paying you to rescue those on board.
It's not the money that drives me on this journey. It's the belief that at its zenith, I will be able to restore balance in the Harmony. In a place that might find discord. I simply want to see that happen.
And you can do that without any further questions?
Suppose if Captain Barnabas is prepared.
I am prepared. I might be able to shave a week off. If we get lucky with the currents, we might be able to have that time, but once you get into those tides of dark matter, where those abyssal krakens dwell, get your engines all gunked up, get you a sitting duck before they feast. But don't worry, I've avoided great beasties my entire life, and I have the tricks of the Blood Fleet up my sleeve. My mate, I'll do my best. I'll get you there as fast as I physically can. Miss Voss, you have my word.
Thank you, Mr. Dreadwake. Though they do have resources, and I do believe that there are survivors. There must be survivors. The sooner we can get there, the better.
All right, well, let us get there straight away.
Before we go, this voyage must be blessed.
Aye, bye.
Join me.
All right. Will we gain protection from the creatures of the deep, Mr. Yorner?
He who drowns beyond
Okay, he's going.
the stars, the first and the last, Darkosa. You have gathered us together. Fate has gathered us together. The gambler, the warrior, the captain, the pilgrim. Let us pray.
Here
I wait
you
until
all
everyone's hands are up.
raise your hands.
We all join hands.
Some reluctantly.
All right, fine. Ugh.
In the deepest sea, beyond the last star, he slumbers, he dreams. When the 13th black tide rises, and the 13th dark star drowns, he wakes, he feasts. The void is inevitable. And I let go.
Well, I feel protected.
Your prayer completed. Your mission understood. Find the QSS Osamandas. Find it as close to the edge of the galaxy as one could possibly get without drifting beyond. And find out what happened. Rescue it. Barnabas, Scrim, you hop in the cockpit after ensuring that all of your equipment and rations are where they should be. Everyone secures themselves, and with a satisfying mechanical snap of a few switches, you're able to engage the engines and pull free from Crozar.
A little bit of a jalopy-esque junker feel to it.
You hear
Clubbing.
a healthy rumble reverberate through the ship, and after you get a healthy distance away from the space station, the shaking finally stops. And those of you who choose to look out at the window and watch it disappear into a thin dot like a shadow before becoming invisible in the beautiful nebula. And you make your way towards the Erebus Nebula. And that's where we'll take a quick break.
Hell yeah. Is all I gotta say. Things that make us say hell yeah.
Your journey is uneventful for the first week or two as you get deeper and deeper into space, into the Erebus Nebula. You enjoy meals together, you spend time training, talking amongst yourselves, meditating, praying. And you spend time thinking about the destination, wondering what the fate of the crew aboard the QSS Osamandas might be, what the situation might require of you when you reach that beacon. Delphina, every once in a while you find yourself flipping that device on and just spending a minute, an hour. Listening to that tone again and again and again. Is it getting stronger? No matter. You're headed in the right direction. Occasionally checking with Scrim and Barnabas to navigate these dangerous regions of space. In order to get where you need to go, it unfortunately cannot be a beeline. There are, for lack of a better term, storms. There are swells of nebula, of concentrated ether that make your journey difficult. And on one particular day, it gets a little bit more rocky as I look up the notes that I've taken and convey this information. One moment. Staring out one particular day, you are looking out at the reds and pinks and magentas and blues The ether feels a little different here. The nebula, the shape of space, doesn't feel as expansive. It starts to feel a little bit closer in, and the what feels like almost puffy clouds of space that you're so commonly used to gets heavy. It moves almost as though it's like ink underwater in these great big swells that extend out with tendrils before recoalescing. And your alarm blares, Scrim. There's a flash in the sky through the panel before you. You look out through the windows, and you can see that there's a tremendous surging of energy going in all directions. Without evasive action, you find yourself heading directly into what appears to be a plasma storm.
Captain, we gotta move here. We gotta make a decision. We got something coming up here.
How did it sneak up on us? This part of space, a plasma storm. We have to go straight through it, Mr. Stabs.
Came out of nowhere, Captain. I never even saw it coming.
Tell all hands, and I'll hit onto the comms and the communications. Hold on to something tight. A plasma storm snuck up on us. I'm gonna do the best to fly straight through. Hopefully we get out of this soon enough without getting fried.
You all strap in, pulling and locking buckles, holding on to the necessary handles that are installed into every wall, and the turbulence gets rougher and rougher. Barnabas, I need you to make a vehicle dexterity saving throw.
Oh, dear God.
And do you have your ship on you?
I do. The
Huzzah!
Oh, baby.
I want to call out the name that the little subtitle that Dan gave it, but maybe I'll save it.
Oh, that's
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Piloting. Ship's dexterity saving throw. Stupidity. 15.
15. That is just enough
Oh my God.
for you to navigate it. The ship actually does get struck at one point, and you are horrified, thinking
Fast,
that
my love,
this level of energy, being the surge that it is, without a dead-on accurate response, a rebuttal, the ability to flip a switch on and off at a moment's notice, would certainly overpower the shields and perhaps do real physical damage to your ship, something that you can't repair without being docked at a space station weeks behind you. And yet, when you look to Scrim and realize that there's no damage done, you realize the ships have absorbed everything perfectly. Turning to Scrim, you realize that you had accidentally backed up into the button of the console and accidentally hit it at exactly the correct time in order to avoid the surge from overcharging the ship.
Oh,
Derek, I sent you a message on Discord.
I got it, Captain.
Nice job on shields, Mr. Stabs. I knew I could trust you.
We're good.
System report. How's the hull, Mr. Stabs?
And I'm pulling up sensors, and I'm monitoring the shields, and I'm looking at the different engineering systems, and I'm able to take a look at the readouts and basically say, everything's looking good. No issues here. No issues here. We just got to keep an eye out for any rogue storms.
Bizarre. Take the helm. I'm going to go back to the shield reactor and get her charged up to replenish.
Aye, Captain.
And if our shields, presumably the shield had absorbed a lot of the storm, even with Scrim, I would like to just go back and using my machinist abilities and my engineering tools, I would like to, presuming there's like some sort of shield generator, I'd like to do whatever, check on it, make whatever repairs I need to, in case another plasma storm sneaks up on us like that.
You are hard at work. You know every inch of this ship, and I would ask you to make a technology check to see if you're able to tighten the bolts, so to speak.
Not only am I proficient, I have expertise. Thank God. With that, I got a 23.
Nice.
Easily
Technology.
enough.
Yep.
There are a few things that you are a little frustrated that you find and fix. There's a relief that comes with finding those things, but these things should have been taken care of before you left port, and when you finished, you feel that the ship is perhaps a little bit more resilient. Sure enough, The next day, the morning takes another turn, and you find yourself facing down another one of these terrible storms. The Erebus Nebula is famous for this, and as much as you are trying to navigate and find the between spaces of these enormous clouds that hold all of this tremendous energy, you are once again find yourself caught in another one of these terrible ether surges. I need you to make an additional vehicle dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay. All right, let me see if my spacer background gives me any bonus to that now that I see that. Hold on one second. Hold on one moment. I just need to make sure I'm not... Nope. Okay, there we go. Whoo! That is a 17.
More than enough. You aren't even struck this time.
Hold fast, my love!
You almost
Into
wish
the
that you
maelstrom!
were. You were able to pilot through, and the rest of
Calypso.
you, once again, hold your breath as you rocket through the turbulent space, and eventually find yourselves not coasting, but flying with precision and care through this dangerous space. The scene shifts. And more time passes. You feel you're getting very close to your goal now. You can tell by the proximity read of the beacon. Boom, boom, boom,
Nice.
boom. The frequency is not just getting stronger, but faster. You are closing in on your target, and you are having to slow down. Frustratingly, you are having to pump the brakes. The reason? You don't want to go so fast in such thick nebula fog that you can't see more than 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet in front of you, and space is becoming rocky. What starts as the sound of what almost feels like rain as you get cascaded with a hail of small rocks. Nothing so dangerous as to worry a ship with a shield system such as yours, but the larger rocks start to become more concerning. And pretty soon you are navigating around spacecraft-sized crags that float, having to do skimming runs over masses that are as large as any spacecraft has any right to be. You are navigating this space. It is still bright out because of the colorful nature of ether being what it is, but it is almost impossible to see. Visibility is extremely low. That's when you hear it again. The blaring of your sensors.
Gosh, what is it this time?
You look down, and this time there's interference. The image of your radar is rolling up and down, and it's difficult to tell what is rock and what is perhaps another spacecraft. When you realize that as your eyes continue to try to track up, you're able to finally make sense of the motion, and you realize that without your noticing, a number of perhaps starships have closed in on your tail and are perhaps right behind you, just on you.
Wait a minute, something's wrong with the sensors, Captain. Oh, gods, no.
What's wrong, Mr. Stabs?
Captain, something's coming up behind us, quick! It came out of nowhere!
There's no one crazy enough to be in this part of space!
Look! And I will turn the sensor...
This is the Erebus Nebula!
...the monitor so he can see what I'm looking at. Look at what I'm seeing, Bob!
It's on an articulating arm, and he faces it towards you, and the image clears for a moment, and you see not starships, but you realize creatures. With twisting your body, you stand and look out the window, and you look at these giant rocks, and joining this crowd that is starting to follow you, you see from the surface of one of these asteroids a strange squid-like creature suddenly launch itself off of the surface of one of these moon-shaped rocks and start to swim your way as it starts to squirm. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Damn!
Would I know what this is?
Make a... I'll put it to the group. What would be... Is this history?
Nature?
Nature.
Well, it depends.
Nature.
Nature or Arcana, depending on...
I will give it to you, nature or arcana. How are you endeavoring to observe?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
20.
20. You were aware of the reputation of the Erebus Nebula, and you remember the tall tales of Barnabas. When you put two and two together, this seems like an abyssal kraken.
I get to use one of my level 3 subclass features.
Please do.
I have one called Glimpse, where I get to add my proficiency bonus to my initiative rolls. So I get a little extra oomph at the start of combat, which is going to give me a total of 19.
I'm going
faster
to
than
also
the
come back to you,
average,
Mace. You had a question for me.
So in the context of this, we are all on the Calypso. So are we adding Calypso initiative?
Was that? No. You're adding this to your
Just our own initiative.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me put on some jams here. One moment.
Ooh.
Let me pull up my stat block.
Mace,
Another
I have to ask
moment.
you a question. The location, or the way the sticker looks, it looks like an alien man with very long legs and an erection, right?
Wow. Which one?
This one.
I mean, that's mostly what I see most of the time.
But it's only in
Close my
no, it was
eyes.
only in that
Oh,
position.
in that
position, just
Sorry,
like
I
that. It
cornered
looks
it.
like
Well,
an
let me-
alien man with long
a
legs
very large
and an
erection.
erection.
Got it. Yes. As you were looking at it, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to make
That's
sure.
exactly what it looks like.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Exactly what it looks like.
Get yourself dice with an alien man with long legs and an erection at our merch shop.
The Lari Knights has done something to you.
I know. I
It's changed your
know.
brain chemistry.
I'm different, Mace. I'm not the same as I
see
once
the world
was.
differently. Yeah.
I'm not the same as I once was.
So that I don't miss the context,
Same as I ever
how does the
was.
feature affect what we're about to do?
Oh, I just get to roll high. I just get extra
Thank you,
initiative.
thank you, thank
I'm
you,
just
thank you.
extra quick because I'm an echo.
I'm juggling 14 flaming plates right now,
No,
and
you're
my
good.
brain
I'm
is
just,
running
I'm
on
just
fumes.
showing off the honesty shit. Just doing my due diligence as an echo scoundrel.
You, I need, I believe it's just the ship that rolls initiative, correct?
Oh.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Okay. Then I rolled. Hold on.
If I'm reading our Starship combat rules correctly, if you were all in individual ships, you would be in a situation where you'd be similar to the Rhapsody, Stardust Rhapsody Anthem crew, where we would all roll initiative and we'd go on our own turns. But this is an unusual situation. There are no other ships for you to hop into and fly around in and combat these terrible nebula squid. You are going to have to man the various turrets and stations of this singular ship and deal with this threat all together as a group. What did you get?
17.
17. All right, let's do that. I'm going to...
All hands! Battle stations! Nebula squids!
We're going to be... The goons are going to be the nebula squid, and the Gricko is going to be the ship. You are able to identify this problem fast enough, in part thanks to who you are as a Poggle, Scrim, and having alerted the captain with enough speed, he hits the gas and you start to fly out into this dangerous space. Let's quickly put the board together here.
Ton ton ton.
So I have a question about ship combat, just to make sure that I have clarity on this. Are we only using the things on the ship, or if we have like species traits, do those come into play?
If you're doing things that just affect the ship, then yeah, absolutely it can come into play. It's not like the range that we're at, you wouldn't be able to like cast a spell.
No,
and-
but
and-
I mean, like, you know, I have something like Indomitable Spirit
yeah,
or Overcome. Are
Yeah.
those things that I can
Yeah,
use? Great.
absolutely.
You have the initiative, as they say, and running ship combat is fun. Mikey. And I will say, this is another part of Starship Combat rules. Sorry, I just said you can go and then I interrupted you. Because of the nature of initiative being what it is, you get to choose sort of what you are doing in terms of your station and in what order that you should so choose. So I understand that we'll have the ship's turn, and you can all go, and then we'll have the Squiddy's turn, and then we'll go back and forth and toggling in this direction.
Cool.
Yeah, I will, as I see this, and so to clarify, are these, what creatures are these?
These are Delphina made the association of Kraken. That is, I would say that these are probably closer to spawn if there's a relation there at all, right? I'm going to refer to them as nebula squid or squiddies or something. I was using the term colloquially, but that's the association that you made when you searched your databanks.
Sounds good.
Got it. I am going to say, we got beasties on us. All hands, battle stations. Well, Mr. Trade Show, I hope you're good in the turret. Delphina, I know you are. Hold on. As I'm going to basically turn and try to give them a good shot.
Okay.
I'm going to try to turn about and go. The heading is this way, so I'm going to go 1, 2.
With a name like Delphina, I'm going to
think you're
take
at
the
4.
dorsal laser turret.
4.
Yeah, absolutely.
As
I'll take the
I am
visual.
going to,
Fantastic.
I'll do 5.
You about face.
As I about face, and I'll say, "Oh, here we go!" As I'm going to one of the options that I have in my captain's. Let me take a look. One of the options that I have, I will turn towards the one in the middle, as there are a handful of harpoon cannons that you saw on this thing. As I'll say, all right, we're gonna spear it. It's just like space whaling. As I'm gonna grab a lever and pull it, as a huge harpoon with a chain on it is going to shoot into space. I'm gonna do it at number 1. Why not? As I am going to attempt to do it. I'm gonna make an attack roll.
Okay.
16 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. It flies wide, as then I'll pull the lever back up as it'll start reeling it in. As I am going to attempt to, how many more things of movement do I have? Speed. I think I have 1 more. 2 more. 3,
7,
4. So basically, I want to get all of this in the front and back firing arcs, which I believe I have.
I see.
And so that you guys can
Facing
basically
doesn't
have
matter.
a clear shot. All right, I'm lining you up for a good shot. As I am going to do that.
With the piloting station having been resolved, you hear Barnabas yelling out orders. He's moving the handles of controls back and forth. You watch as one of these harpoons goes wide and then gets pulled back into its launching cannon by the tether. What are the rest of you guys doing?
May I go first?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would approach the center of the ship, and I'll like look out the cockpit, and I'll say, "The heralds." As I turn around, and I will say,
Son of a
biscuit.
Oh, another great sci-fi horror, Cabin in the Woods.
and I will say,
Oh.
"May his peace protect you and aid you." And I'm gonna cast Bless at a 2nd level.
Oh,
Holy shit.
And I would like to target the 4 of them.
Holy shit.
And you all have Bless.
wow.
So any attack roll or saving throw, add a D4.
Hell yeah.
Just
Let's
the next
go.
one or anyone we
Everyone for the next minute.
That's not blessed, that's B'more.
That's very funny.
That's our turn.
May I go next?
Please.
sure, you're
I think
co-pilot.
that's very reasonable.
you're the
you were
co-pilot.
already in station.
I'm watching as you turn the ship around, and I don't even wait for you to finish making your maneuver. I start yelling at you. Captain, come on! Let me use the heavy weaponry. Come on, just say the word.
You got it. We got it.
Yes! And I hit a few buttons, and my controls will switch over. Another screen will kind of drop down, and it very much looks like some sort of a targeting system that I kind of like lean a little bit closer to, and I say, "All right, here we go!" And I'm going to use one of the concussion missiles, which is one of the things that I have access to in the co-pilot station. And so I line it up, and I hit the buttons, and I say, "Come on, dealer, help me out here!" As I am going to let a missile
No whammy, no
fly.
whammy, no whammy.
And if I can, I'm going to use this D8 to signify missiles. It drops out from the bottom of the Calypso and fires off at number 3. 1, 2, 3 into its space.
Okay.
I will make a D20 ranged attack roll here. And I didn't roll particularly well So I'm watching as this missile is kind of leaves the ship, and I'm watching, and Barnabas can hear me saying, come on, dealer, paint him. And as the missile is approaching this squid-like creature, it looks like it's gonna go wide. When out of nowhere, like a Volkswagen-sized rock is kind of like flying through space near this thing. The missile hits it. And you hear Scrim gasp and like hold his breath, but it redirects the missile into the squid as I use one of my species traits, Dealer's Favor.
Okay.
Which is, I have 6 luck dice, which are d6s, and I can regain a 1d6 expended luck dice when I finish a long rest. When me or a creature that I can see makes a d20 test, I can use a reaction to expend and roll 1 luck die to apply it as a bonus or penalty, my choice, to the total. So I am going to add another d6 to my total here. And that is going to give me a total of 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Beautiful. So that'll be 7d10 thunder damage to this thing. That's going to be 11, 14, 15. Oh, I'm not rolling hot here. 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 plus 7 is 26. That's going to be 30 points of thunder damage from this concussion missile as it collides with squid number 3.
Number 3, thank you. One moment.
Got him!
You watch as what should have been an explosion detonating one of your precious and expensive concussive missiles actually glances the side of it and perfectly angles it right into this oncoming squid. It ignites in flame, it explodes, and the charged air makes the explosion not just bright red with the fire and flame, but also crackle with electric energy that swims out in arcs. You are horrified to see the squid swimming out of the flames as it continues to swim towards you.
Captain, we got a bit of a problem.
However, that
Nice shot, lad!
certainly it is damaged. You can see that it is hurt, and that is enough for me to have to roll on the mishap threshold, having exceeded that threshold.
Squid.
So I'm going to roll a d20, and oh, okay. That's awesome. As it comes out of the explosion, you notice that it is literally on fire. I rolled a natural 1.
And I'm just continuing to man the sensors and engineering tools as I am. That's my whole turn?
You do that. What are the two of you doing?
Oh, jumping into the dorsal laser cannon turret.
Okay.
I think the second this is all popping off, especially when the captain starts shouting, Lady Voss and I would just be racing towards the turrets, presumably in the shark fins.
There's a good amount of turbulence, but you're able to round the bends and you jump into the turret seats and
I Lara Croft style, like, put my hands on the back of it, kick my legs over, and then make my way into the turret.
you do that, and you land in the seat, and you engage the turret, and you're instantly put into a swivel. Laura Craft, instantly put into a swivel where you're able to essentially guide the cannon wherever you so choose on that particular side. Delphina being drawn to the dorsal turret of all things.
Of course, yeah. I'm gonna aim for the one that's on fire.
Okay.
And attempt
That's
to,
3.
That's number 3, and attempt to light him up, as it were.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Well,
Add a D. Well, hold on.
No, I rolled a 3.
Plus a 4, plus whatever the range is on the plus 7.
Plus a 1.
Plus 7, so 11. You could power dice, but
we have 6 power dice, but then you would need to roll. Your AC is pretty high, right?
I would imagine, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Scrim can use the co-pilot station to do the communications, right?
I do have the ability, if we want to use a power die, absolutely.
I would say, well, I mean, it's up to this, but I would say Delphina in this moment is just giddy,
flustered.
seeing one of these in person. And even though she's trying to aim it, I have one of my devices up scanning these creatures and trying to get as much information as I can about them as possible.
Oh, yeah.
In doing so, though my aim is normally spectacular, I just miss.
This is also a brand. You've enjoyed almost every nook and cranny, but you haven't had an opportunity to fire the cannon. This is the first time you're firing this thing, and it takes a minute for you to figure out how much you need to lead a creature and that sort of thing. Taishen.
I will run to the ventral laser and hop in. Not quite as cool as Delphine. I'll just get in the chair, and I'll swivel the gun around and try and lock targeting. And I'm not accustomed to. I've been on a battlefield before. I've spilled blood, but this is still relatively new to me. So I'll grab the targeting and look and spin and get a sight on these things and just try and light up. And presumably I'm on this firing arc, so I will try and shoot at number 1.
That's correct.
Beautiful.
Not bad.
better.
That is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
That hits. Okay.
Good to know.
So
Like a D10.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Trust your
And a
instincts,
D20.
Taishan. This squid was a good friend.
I close my eyes. I remove the targeting reticle.
We do the same amount of damage, so just put them there and we'll just both use
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
We're turret buddies. We're turret bros. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nice.
That is
That
not
is
bad.
nice.
He's a good friend.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
16, 7 is 23, 6 is 29.
29 points of damage.
Damn.
As I remove the
Radiant.
targeting
No,
reticle.
29 plus 4.
Oh.
So 30.
33 radiant damage.
Nice.
33.
I remove the targeting
33
reticle and I
radiant
close my eyes and I listen to my sensei say, he was a good friend. And I let it go.
If I may, Dungeon Master, that these turrets look like Remora on either
Oh,
side.
yeah.
On either side of
Hanging
You
off the
absolutely
ship.
made your shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking,
And they're
Yeah.
firing these laser cannons that is all kind of as the dark, chaotic, red or reddish orange blasts. There's black. Oh, nice shot, Mr. Jane Shell.
let me roll on the mishap table as you somehow exceed the very fancy explosion gun with their massively accurate attack. And
They said bless.
one of the
Too blessed
tendrils.
to be stressed.
Blessed to be stressed. That's
One of the arms, the appendages, the tendrils of this squid, you literally lob it clean off, and it floats out into space and disappears. It is clearly damaged, and its speed has been reduced.
Oh, look, it's slower now. How interesting.
We should make quick work of them.
I wonder if it will regenerate.
And that is the Calypso's turn.
As you hit, you'll feel almost the effects of this blessing. You get a little cold. And your ears your hearing kind of goes for a little bit. It's almost like it sounds like things are underwater as your hearing kicks back in. And you just feel a little weird. What'd you feel?
This might even feel a little jarring to me. As normally like standing on the path of the harmony and believing in the life force that connects all and not necessarily being tied to the would you have mentioned the name of the god? Did you?
Oh yeah, Carcos is a well-known
100%.
god.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that it was of Agathos, or that that's under question?
I don't think Yorner ever has mentioned that,
Okay,
that
okay.
in that way.
I think that would feel relatively jarring to me, but even so, maybe it also guides my hand as I fire out at these squid creatures. And remind me, you refer to them as the envoy of the sleeper?
The heralds.
The heralds of the sleeper.
He would never say envoy.
That's pretty cool.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I herald his coming.
Number 2 is going
herald
to
your
make a
end.
sweeping pass as it moves forward. But before it crosses the threshold of your ship, you are horrified. You're flying directly at this thing, and it has you dead in its sights. From deep within its belly, you see this glowing underneath the skin. What looks like gray and slate-colored skin starts to literally like almost transparently grow as it's clearly is preparing something, and it bursts this massive energy pulse out of its stomach. I'm thinking of the artillery from Starship Troopers, if you remember those big bugs shooting from one planet
Oh, I
to the
definitely-
next,
yeah.
as it
I remember.
launches its own form of effectively an organic rocket forward. And I need you to make see if you can dodge
Picturing
in
it so
time.
clearly.
Make a vehicle's dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, okay, I get that.
Add a d4.
Thank you.
This beam actually shoots out, and I don't think we've featured this, so I have to say it out loud.
Yeah.
Missile's not the right word. It is literally a 3 hex long, 1 hex wide line as this beam flashes out from the mouth of this squid.
19.
19 is enough. You will still take half of this damage. You take 22 fire damage as the Calypso is rocked by this. It's fire damage and it's 22. You took half.
22. Can I have a pencil?
That's 11.
Our shield points are 70.
Yeah, and I've been hoarding pencils, so I'm gonna just.
Thank you. I'll take one of these. As the shield, I'll be able to dodge it, but it gets blast as this fire ignites, as it eats into the shield, as you'll hear as the shield reactor will start to sputter, and you hear as the overcharged shield traits is turned off. So all of the energy that was pumping to the shields throughout the battle is now overheating. As you hear the entire ship starts to get a little bit warm, and the temperature's going up.
I report this to you. Captain, whatever they just did to the shields, it's not looking good.
Calypso, my love, hold it together! Just a couple of beasties, we'll turn them into fist fights soon enough!
As you made the evasive maneuver, you have the controls, and you're anxious, and you're worried, and just for an instant, you feel this chill that might be familiar, like you're in the deep sea. And the anxiety fades for just a bit. You feel the calmness, the peace, the stillness of nothingness as you just effortlessly dodge, and then you're back to normal.
That's right, my love. That's right, Calypso. There's two more.
If you observe the maneuver that I just made, these things are swarming you. The one that just attacked you with the beam attack went directly forward and then slowly arced around and curved around. That's exactly what number 1 is going to do, as it just, it doesn't have this expulsion attack, but it does seem to chew on something and then spit, attacking you with a number of these charged spits as it flies by. That's going to be a 16 to hit?
16 does not hit.
But you're able to dodge. The invasive maneuver that you took in order to avoid the beam puts you out of the direction. It's going to, curve around almost like a question mark and try to get behind the ship.
Oh, well, I mean, it's behind it already.
Yeah.
It just has to kind of go like this.
It already made its attack. I'm just asking you to use 10 hexes for it to go all the way around and then sort of come at it from behind.
Okay, yeah, so it is able to go.
Yeah,
right
sure.
there.
I mean, it can do that.
Yep.
No problem.
It gets there. Number 3, the one that is on fire, first has to take some fire damage at the start of its turn. 1 moment.
Young lady, a sandwich from the dumpster.
That's going to be this much. It does not fly by and swarm like its brothers. Instead, it swoops forward, clearly in a rage, and as it gets near the ship, it splays out all of its appendages and latches onto the side of the ship, attempting to make a melee attack.
Uh-oh.
What? It can probably... Well, yeah, I mean, it can slip, right? Assuming that they can slip, right? It can get to the side if it needs
That's
to.
going to be a 17 to hit.
That misses.
That misses.
21 AC.
It is still going to just remain there, continuing to try to slide at. Clearly the shields, even though they don't have their feature that you have, a borrowed technology from your time with the Blood Fleet, it is endeavoring to get to the hull with every single one of its fibers. That is the conclusion of the Squiddies. Back to you, Calypso.
Shoot these things off of us! As I call to the turrets to basically try to blast these things. And I'm slowing down.
Yeah, I'm in tandem with Taishen. I'll let out another blast from the dorsal laser. That one will work. That's 19 plus 4 plus 7.
Oh, easy.
That'll be on 3.
30?
Yeah, that'll be on 3. 17, 21, 25 points of radiant damage.
To which number?
Number 3.
Number 3. Wow. Okay,
also on
it's hurting. It's hurting.
Mr. J. Shell!
Oh, this is fun! Oh, that's
I
a good
forgot
one.
to do
18
something.
plus 7.
25 to hit. So I will just roll. I believe that
Yeah.
will hit.
20 has hit, so I would hope so, right, Garrett?
That's right.
Oh,
Ooh, 19, 27, 31 points of radiant damage. And if I can hit the same one, I'll be targeting 3.
You'll be targeting 3. With that amount of damage, you are able to rock the turret over, and seeing that you and Delphina are able to sort of tag team this thing, it explodes into guts,
Hell yeah.
which float off into space, disappearing into the ether, the dense ether fog.
Do you want to go before me?
great shot, Taishan. Fantastic.
We will restore balance!
Calculated out my missile.
Great shooting!
About face!
Yes.
And then we both turn towards the other side.
I will walk to my quarters. And I will sit down at my prayer table.
Fucking base.
And I open
time for me to sort
the
my
box, and it lifts, and it was sort of rotating very slowly before. If anyone was in the room with me, you would see it almost like sort of shift and
like,
bob
oh my
and almost
God,
warp a little bit.
Oh no.
As I look to the porthole that's closed, and I'll hit a button and the porthole will open as I look outside at the chaos ensuing. I pass my turn.
That's a really cool.
Yorner's a problem.
Yorner's
Yorner's a real problem.
This guy's a real fucking problem.
I still got my eye on this this reticle,
Yeah.
more or less, this tracking screen, and I'm just kind of shouting to only to Barnabas, as he's the only one there that can really hear me, and I'll say, "All right, Lady Luck, come on, give me another one. I'm not saving these missiles. We got 2.5 coming."
Exactly right, Mr. Stabs!
And I'm gonna let another one loose. As I've calculated its path, I should be able to get right all the way there. Like, just do a tight circle with this missile, right from the front of it. I calculated it out. I'm gonna roll another d20 here with bless. Oh boy,
It's been around,
That's
so
not
AC's
great.
19.
That's an 18. But I can use a power die.
Power die. We have 6.
Yeah.
Well, you can use a power die
Because I have
for
sensors.
These specific things.
And I think the sensors let me reduce.
Sensors do target lock.
I believe so. I just don't have that portion.
No,
I didn't get
sensors
one
are
of
target
those.
lock. You absolutely
Yes.
can. You can use a
oh,
power die.
you're-
you can
Yeah,
roll
I
a
just
D6.
I know most of it. I just forgot.
I don't need this. You take this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And remember, since you're all piloting a ship, you are sharing the power dice pool together.
Yep.
Right.
You mean
but
we
what we
don't
can do is
each
still
get
relevant to our
6?
station.
No, that's OP. Who would ever do that?
When an ally is hit by attack, target lock. When a
Severe
reaction
bomb, yeah.
misses a power. Yeah, that's the total. Sensors. I can do it.
Yep.
I can do it. So I'm going to use one of the power dice to add, and I can't miss now because I just got to add
Ask
one.
our permission.
I'll add +6 to it. So that's going to be 11, 12, 13, 14, 24 to hit now.
24 does hit.
can do
As
what
I
he
hit
wants.
another couple extra buttons on my sensors to make sure that the missile is actually targeting what it needs to be targeting. to
Another
get this hit.
Cadillac-sized rocket.
It wasn't like this time.
That's
No,
ridiculous.
this is a skill issue. This one's a skill issue.
You are finding it harder and harder to target these things. As you're pushing buttons, it's like they're tuned to this environment.
This music is great.
18 and 8 is 26. 26 plus 18 is 30, 44. 45 points of thunder damage.
45 points of thunder damage.
To number 1.
I will tell
I
you
use
that
another missile.
I will tell you that
Is
it
there
had
only one
42
left?
points hit points. So we're not going to roll on the mishap. It just
I
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
it's like dropping a jar of jelly on a tile floor. It explodes into viscera and disappears along with your missile.
Oh yeah, baby!
We'll be able to afford infinite torpedoes once we get that payday, Mr. Stabs.
Smoke them if you got them.
Great
shooting, Scrim!
Now that we're clear, after I now feel like I might not provoke opportunity attacks by running away. So now that my crew has successfully killed the ones that would latch onto it, I am now free to move forward. As I am going to turn. Oh, sorry.
You were facing towards me.
Yep.
So
No. This is the heading. Right here.
Didn't you turn around so that you could
No,
shoot?
he was facing the. He was
Yeah,
facing this way.
facing-
He did like a full loop
yeah.
essentially.
Thank you.
He like used his whole movement.
Oh, I
speed
forgot
to, like,
about the
bring it
second
around.
half of the movement. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right. I just want to make sure that I have the facing correctly.
As I am going to, I think this, and is that in my front
You
bar?
have lovely hands, Michael.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
As I'm going to say, one more beastie and then we're clear! As I am going to once again say, okay, another try! As I will as it's still reeling in another harpoon, I'm going to reach another lever and yank it as I am going to fire another harpoon. That should be plenty. But, that is a 22 to hit.
22 hits. The AC is
nice.
19. I'm just going to tell you out loud now. It is impossible to run Starship Combat sitting down.
It's tough, yeah.
I just want to.
You gotta really look at the board.
And I just want to jump and cheer.
25, 30, 37, 37, 41 points of piercing damage. As it would harpoon and pierce into it, its speed is reduced by 1 hex.
Oh, nice.
Okay. You are able to, the massive harpoon cuts in through the flesh of one of its shoulder-like areas, and then mechanically expands almost like a claw and grabs on, locking itself into position. You're able to essentially harpoon this thing.
And I am going to, I don't know how many, I think I've used most of my movement. I think I
power die if you want to move more.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, you get boost.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm going to use boost.
Boost engines, you can use up to 3, and you can move 3 additional squares.
I'm spending 3. And so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4.
So we've
turns-
used
the turns
4 of our power dice.
Yep.
When
Of
you,
which
when
we
you
have
change your
six.
face,
No,
it
I don't
counts
think
as
the
a
turns count
No, it doesn't.
They
It doesn't
don't?
count. No.
That doesn't
I don't
count
believe it
anymore?
counts anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it's a
old.
donkey.
That's old news.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I am turning around to basically try to outmaneuver this thing.
We have 2 power dice left.
Okay, cool.
And what we need to remember
I'm gonna use them right now.
we get to roll a d6 at the start of our turn. Well, we
use it this turn, so when it goes
use it
back.
this turn, so next turn
Yeah, it
if
goes
we
back
have
to
more,
this roll.
we have a chance to get more back.
Okay, that's my turn. That's the
You
Calypso's turn.
hook into this harpoon, and you watch as this shield burns away some of the last remnants of the 2 that you had already destroyed. As you turn around, you are horrified to see that there's more movement on the surface of this rock.
What?
Excuse me?
What did he say?
Oh,
Oh,
sweet.
come on!
Sweet Jiminy Christmas.
As 2 additional squiddies join the fight.
All right, I'm using both power die.
So they're both facing away. Do we want them to face towards the ship?
Oh,
or away?
I was using the numbers. They should be facing the numbers.
Yeah.
They're launching themselves at the ship, and let's.
I've got them both the same direction.
Well,
Ships do spend movement to turn. Apparently, just missiles don't.
Oh.
So I'm gonna just move us
I
back.
could have sworn.
Sorry.
I could have
I'm moving
sworn.
us back.
You're all right.
I'm moving us back.
Discussion before
I
the
just
stream,
believe
and
you.
have some-
I just believe you. All right. Number
Gavin?
2 still has enough movement for it to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and turn into you. So it's just going to make a
100%.
clean arc, and it's going to. It's also going to attempt to grab at your hull
Uh-oh.
with a melee attack.
We got another on the starboard side.
That's absolutely going to hit. That's like 26.
Yeah, that'll hit.
It grabs onto the hull and immediately starts to use its squid-like arms to pull away at the metal, producing a breach in the actual hull itself. And as soon as it does, it rears back and breathes into the vessel, seemingly thinking that perhaps it can cook its food. You immediately take 20 fire damage that ignores your damage threshold. It creates a circular opening 5 feet wide. Until the breach is sealed, a creature that starts its turn in areas exposed to the breach without a breath mask must succeed on a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or have the poison condition until the end of its turn.
So
until
20 the damage to the
the
hull.
start of its next turn. Yes, it tore.
Who's
it tore a
in the
hole.
hole?
Everyone's inside the ship, and everyone is inside the hull. So all of you are going to be
Except for Yorner.
except for Yorner, who's in his.
Son of a bitch, Captain, I think we got a breach.
You hear the sound of all of a sudden cacophony rains into the space, and you can feel the ether start to swim into the ship. That familiar, almost like a sparkling ozone flare in your nostrils. And the other two are going to race forward. Number 4 is going to move forward. It's going to get into melee combat range, but it's going to use its acid attack.
Oh boy.
Oh.
That's going to be I think it's a dirty 20. I don't think that's the Calypso, though. I think you're okay.
I am. Hold on. I'm 21.
Okay, thank you. The other one, however, is going to ask you to roll, as it once again uses its thermic expulsion trait. It gets within 3. It gets within 3.
This one?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. You want it like there?
Yeah, and it's going to use its beam attack. Oh, I don't have to roll. Dexterity saving throw for me.
Dexterity saving throw. That is a 19.
That's
I'm
enough.
rolling pretty well.
Why don't I roll damage real quick? Doot.
Uh-oh.
I think I have to solve this.
Oh, and by the way, if you guys have extra attack, you can use it with the turrets. So when you attack, you can basically use them
Oh,
twice.
so I have double attack.
You both have double attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
This is about to...
we've been
Everything
fucking it up.
changed. Everything changed when the turrets woke up.
Yeah.
When the squiddies attack.
You would have taken 62 points of fire damage, but you were able to dart out of the way just in time, even dealing with the immediate threats right in front of you. So you take 31 points of fire damage, and once
shields.
again, your shields are unable to recover at the rate that they that you would normally expect.
The shields are running low! We need to kill these things!
That's their turn?
That is their
that's
turn,
their turn.
except I forgot to use this last turn. At the end, I need
Trying
to
to
roll a
beat the hell out of you.
d6 for each one of them. One moment.
do you mean?
This one is
Or
for
don't.
What do you mean?
number 5.
What do you mean?
Number 4, same result, and number 2, the one that breached. It's this dark meteor-esque skin that you've been so able to target against the bright sky. As dense and low visibility as the fog is, it's still neon ether color. It changes, and like squids are sometimes wont to do, it almost goes completely invisible, and it is now totally, you are no longer able to detect it on sensors, and warheads have disadvantage on attack rolls against it.
Which one is invisible?
Number
2, the one that
Number
breached.
2, the one that breached.
Uh-oh.
And that is the top of the turn. Calypso, you're up.
Well, we should start by having our captain roll our power dice.
Oh.
If you get a 5 or 6, you recharge.
Nope.
Okay.
We have 4 left.
And presumably,
No,
do we
we've
all
two
now...
2 left. Oh, that's right.
We've used 4.
Do we all now need to...
Use those.
Yes.
Roll a con save?
When you take your station's turn, go ahead and make your Constitution saving throw.
Make a con saving throw. Yorner.
Yeah, at the beginning of your turn.
Well, he's not... You're in, like, your room, right?
Well, presumably.
But it's all through the
Oh,
ship.
I got you.
Con, you say?
Yeah.
I fail. Do I take damage? What happens?
You're
He fails the
Poison.
con.
You're poisoned until the start of your next turn. So, if I recall correctly, I brought up the rules so that I could remember disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Do I get a sense of where this breach is?
Yes, I would say it would be very obvious with the ether spilling in to be able to see where the airflow is. I wouldn't even make you check for it. The sound is drawing you towards it as well.
I'll sit quietly. I'll close the lid on the box, and it sort of levitates in, and it closes. And I'll calmly stand up and approach the breach.
Okay. You exit your cabin, and there in the hallway, you can see out into space, and you can hear the sound of this creature continue to tear metal off the side of the Calypso.
I will walk up, and I'm seeing out into space, right? And I approach within 10 feet, And I look forward, and I'll say, "You yearn for oblivion as well." I cast Culling.
Uh-oh.
Swirling negative energy surrounds one creature I can see within range and weakens its life force. The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or take 2d8 necrotic damage. Or 2d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it takes 2d12 necrotic damage instead.
Are you...
I rolled a natural 3.
Well, you should ask. Well, you can't see it.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's currently visible, right?
As I approach within 10 feet.
The nature of the electromagnetic skin feature that I'm reading here is that it vanishes from sensors. I'm going to make a judgment call.
No, I can't see it. I have a solution on my character sheet, Derek.
I'm going to make a judgment call. You can't see anything. There's no, what
Exactly right.
What squid? It's impossible to distinguish the color of this raging beast on the side of the Calypso and the nebula.
I approach, and within 10 feet, all of a sudden, I see that a large squid eye appear. And to my vision, it's more in my in my mind's eye. I can see it, and it's flashing whites and grays, but also every color. As I have, because I'm a Merexian, I can choose several adaptations that are evolutions.
Jesus.
And the one that I chose is electrosensory, and I have blind sight with a range of 10 feet. And I believe blind sight can see invisible creatures. Is that correct?
Yeah, you sense them without
I sense
needing
them
your
without
eyes.
being able to see them.
I think that's exactly right.
Anyway, I just wanted to...
Anyway,
That's really sexy.
Smoke him.
I like that. I like that. I like that a lot.
He
Good
takes
job,
19 necrotic
Yorner.
damage.
What's that?
As he takes 19 necrotic damage as the cold of the void saps its energy.
Okay.
You nearly bring this thing to death, actually. You bring it almost right to the edge.
Oh
just
my God.
by the nature of your very void color being. Your station...
Yes, and one thing that I would say is when I spoke those words, its eye almost... I could see its eye in my mind react almost as if it could understand what I was saying.
This frantic eye thing is moving around up and down like that, but there is a moment where you get a sense, even though you can't see anything like that, that there's a dilation of the eye and a moment of recognition.
That's my turn.
I have a question before anybody goes. Okay.
yes, we are in trouble.
As the co-pilot,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
he's a problem.
Yorner
He is a problem.
This guy is a whole problem.
This
to answer
guy
your
is the
question,
problem.
Yorner is the problem.
I'm helping.
They are
I'm
the
helping,
heralds,
guys.
and he is the oracle
I vote
of
we
the
murder
drowned.
Yornia. As a co-pilot, I operate the transport's engineering, sensor shields, communication systems, and I can fire a concussion missile. The engineering says I have a utilize action of repair damaged systems / mishaps that require an intelligence check from the station even while the ship is moving. This is a hole in the side of the fucking ship, though. Like, do we have presumably some sort of engineering something that can handle something like that I would have, like, you know, used before the patch? Like, do I know how to patch this up? Or is this unlike a normal fucking engineering thing that I can fix?
There is such a thing as damage that would require a port to repair, but I would say any ship worth its salt would have tools to deal with breaches like this. You get hit with a harpoon. You get hit with a concussive force like that. If you have a hole in this ship, you want to have the tools on board to deal with something like that, unless it's a complete wing that's been blown off. So a 5-foot hole like that size that's pouring in the ether, which is dangerous, isn't instantly lethal. You don't get blown out into space, but it's not something that I think you can solve in a turn.
Well, fuck. Mike, how would we handle these things? Would it be you or me who would be, or both of us in some capacity that would be working on the Calypso and fixing things like this?
I think I would give you the helm and I would go and fix it.
100%. 100%.
I love
You
that.
can fly it too.
Yeah. But that's what I wanted to ask. I want to know what our normal operating procedure is.
So I think while you guys are doing that, Tai Shen and I.
Yeah.
Light him up!
So
Light
light
him up!
You guys take turns first. You guys can take your turns first. That changes
At the
what I'm
start
gonna
of
do.
your turns, make Constitution saving throws as you breathe in
But
the
we
ether.
use bless.
Oh yeah,
That's for a whole minute. As long as you
Yeah,
didn't drop
I'm
off.
He's
I'm
still
maintaining
concentrating on it.
concentration unless
And this is the
I didn't
nature.
take damage, right?
You didn't take damage.
Cool.
This is the nature
Definitely-
of negotiations on a ship where you're yelling at each other in the stations. That's a wonderful thing to simulate.
I fail, but I'm gonna choose to pass.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna use Indomitable Spirit, and when I fail a saving throw, I can choose to succeed instead. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest.
Nice.
Shit.
Those Stardust humans.
Those Stardust humans. Those
Have that
sons of
indomitable human
bitches.
spirit.
All right.
Incredible.
gonna
I got
choose to.
a 18.
The DC was 13. You're good. It hasn't
So
quite
nothing
creeped
happens.
into your blood. You get that sparkling ozone smell, but other than that, you haven't started to feel the delirious effects of extreme exposure.
Oh, and then we get to light them up. So who are we attacking?
Yeah, does anyone... So we can't see 2, right?
No, but we could. Let's just
We
go
can
for
hit the other
5.
2.
5 and 4.
Let's just.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going for 5.
Go for it.
Take the shot.
All right, Taishen, this one. You with me? And then it's 12
I'll
plus
follow
7.
your lead, Lady Voss.
19 to hit.
19 is exactly what you need to hit.
Oh.
But I
Nice
have
job.
multi-attack, so I'm going to try and hit it twice.
Okay.
Oh.
What number are you targeting?
5.
Makes sense.
And then 23 for the other one.
You can
Oh,
feel
that's
the
big.
constantly refreshing batteries heating as you are continuing to use this cannon, just holding it
28
down.
for the first blast.
28 points of damage?
Yeah, I
That's
did.
too much damage.
And then 13, 14, 15.
Why is there so much damage? The brochure said
And then
there'd only
22 for the next one.
22?
Yeah, I mean, you should have told us that we could use our multi-attack.
I should have mentioned, yes, it's any attack. I did mention it before the stream. I'm going to roll on the mishap table.
And you haven't gone yet either.
I haven't gone yet.
Okay.
Allow me to go next to save you a little bit of.
I'll know that information. It surges with power. Mechanically, it gains a level of exhaustion. And I'm not sure how to represent that in the form of a squid.
slowing down.
It's getting sleepy.
It yawns.
This giant beak mouth just sort of. It's actually really adorable. You feel bad for a moment. Taishan.
Barnabas. Captain Barnabas.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna slide back and hold on. Take the helm, Mr. Stabs. I'm gonna fix the breach. As I will hobble to where the breach is.
Roll your saving throw first.
That's right. I do need to roll it. Thank you.
You're blessed too.
Oh.
You are blessed.
Oh man, saving throw.
It's 13.
Con.
That's all I gotta say.
25.
He's a
con
helpful
saving
guy.
throw.
Yeah, you're fine.
He's just a good
This isn't your first ether rodeo.
RPB at level 6 is 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to go to where. Excuse me, Mr. Yorner. Good job taking out the beastie. As I will.
I'm like staring almost blankly at the breach.
As my hand will once again go from just my normal hand to my engineer's tools, as I'm going to use my rapid repair feature. As I'm going to spend all 6 of my rapid repair dice to grab and kind of use my technomancy as well as all of the scrap that I have from the wreckage and try to basically fuse and seal the hull. As I'm going
What I
to-
should have said, Scrim, is you can't do it on one turn unless you have
Yes.
machinist
No,
fuckery.
he's a literal machinist. That's the whole point. That's fucking awesome.
my apologies.
Apologies, of course.
23 points of healing to the hull.
Okay.
And I think that believe that seals it, but I could be wrong.
I will say that what you are able to do, you get a plate in place. You're able to rivet in a few bolts. It is nearly ether tight.
It was 3 more than I needed for a full heal.
Nice.
Really? So you're not shield points not included, but you're like
My
physical.
our whole points are maxed now.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm no threat to you at all. Am I?
Am I
Patch it right up, Calypso! As
Okay. All right. All right.
Does that remove the gaseous fumes that are coming?
Yes. At the start of each of your turns, those of you who failed will recover from your poisoned condition, and you will no longer have to make saving throws at the start of your turn.
Thank you.
As Barnabas jumps up, I'm just gonna take a free object interaction. I'm not. This is purely for flavor. As he jumps
taking
out,
another shit.
I slide over into the pilot seat and I use the communication. I say, "Attention, crew! This is Mr. Stab speaking. We got some pretty severe shield damage, and there seems to be a pretty severe ether leak. The captain is on his way to fix it. Please be mindful of the ether leak."
What?
What did he say?
I'll spin around and target number 5, and follow Lady Boss's lead. So this is a 17, but if I use 1 power dice, I'm gonna try.
We have 2 left.
You have 2 left.
I'm gonna try.
Unless you roll
Can do
a
the
1.
targeting one in the weapons.
I'm gonna try and target lock. Yes, it can be done from the weapons.
Unless you roll a 1, you'll be
Sensors
fine.
or weapon.
4.
Nice.
So I definitely lock on.
We are down to 1 power die.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
that's good. Oh, that's
pretty
good.
Big.
Bless
I'm gonna
him.
say.
That's 34.
10.
That's
Is that 34?
That's 34.
34
plus
plus
4.
4.
38.
For
the
which-
first.
for which
Points
number?
of damage.
To number 5.
Number 5, you blow it out of the sky.
You gotta turn your other shot on the other one.
So 5 is gone.
Yeah.
Is it? I
this-
can't see 2, right?
This, I do not believe on your side you can see 2,
Okay.
but this
use
is
my-
becoming the classic pattern. Delphina is the opener and you're the closer.
Set him up and I'll blow them the fuck out of the sky.
Also, 2 is still
A man
harpoon.
after my own heart.
Does that
Great point.
does that affect two's harpoon?
No,
It's
no,
just-
it's
It's invisible, though.
It's
Got it,
yes,
got it, got it.
it's still invisible. Yeah.
You can shoot where it would be. And disadvantage, right?
That's true.
17 again.
Is that a disadvantage?
I always
though?
use a power die.
Yeah, power die. Just do it. The last
Just yeah,
one.
you last one, last power die.
Okay.
Use power die.
22.
Okay.
You're getting a reading of all of our power systems going.
Yeah. The batteries are getting hot. You're watching as the
Baby, 27,
27,
30,
30,
34.
34.
34 points of damage
34
to
points of damage
number-
on
number
4.
Fucking killing it, mate.
Oh, thank you.
And all the while, I mean, I rolled a 4 on the blessing, so I feel like all the while I'm feeling this kind of like deep water almost sensation wash over me. As
There's a calmness to it.
As the harmony's guiding my core and my action, and watching the targeting of Lady Voss and picking up on kind of her expertise while all these other things interacting, I feel like almost like that a hand at my back I've not yet experienced before, and there's maybe a calmness, a newness to it.
That calmness guides your strike as you shoot out and you hit this thing in the throat. What would normally be just a hit against the, still a damaging hit, you manage to hit some vital organ inside, and all of a sudden you see as acid, glowing plasma sprays out and empties like an adrenal gland out into open space. You recognize that you've disabled one of its weapons.
Interesting. I do have to take a turn. I'm just trying to figure out what the best thing to do here is. Do we, Michael, do you know what our shield points are currently at?
Our shield points are actually pretty good.
Okay. I just wanna
Oh
check
wait,
before
no, it's not. It's not. It's 42.
Because I was between,
It's not good.
I was
It's
between the scrap thing
Well,
or
that's still pretty
resetting
high.
our shields.
I love that.
Knowing that I'm kind of taking a support role
wait,
as
hold
our
on.
captain is.
Sorry, it's minus 30, minus 42. We're at 28. So
Okay,
28.
I'm 100% using one of my, now that I'm sitting in the pilot seat, and even I could do it as a co-pilot, but I'm sitting in the pilot seat.
Yeah.
I'm going to use I have access to helping with the shields, and I'm going to utilize reset shields, which is, it halves the focus shield points and applies that to the whole ship. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was trying to figure out exactly what that means. Unless it's just saying take the half of the shield points, which is 35.
That undoes.
Oh.
But you can focus the shields towards where he is. Towards where you could send the shield towards the breach.
I think that's wise. I feel like we gotta do something.
A voice,
agree.
Obi-Wan like voice in my head says, only if you've only previously focused them. I don't know what that means,
yes,
but
that's what he's saying. That's exactly what Rich is saying.
You would basically send. You know
Yes.
that the squid is on one side of the ship.
Yeah.
You could send all of the shields there.
I-
who have shields nowhere else.
So we're gonna double our shield points on one fire arc, which will be this one.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, the breacher. Yep.
Yeah, and
And we
so
have no shields on the other side.
that'll be my utilize action. And I'm just going to continue to.
You can move us.
I can move us. I'm going to continue to monitor the situation as I drive away.
We've 8 hexes.
And you could put him behind us too, so that, and then he would come with us, presumably.
He's harpooned, yeah. He's harpooned.
Right.
I think it just slows him down. The chain's still out. The chain. I haven't reeled it in.
So we're facing 4 right now. It looks like.
Yep.
So we can just kind
got
of
it.
go this direction and start to go back the way we wanted to go.
Exactly
if we
right,
wanna
yeah,
Get the
yeah.
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You go through him.
I'm just gonna hold. I'm just
Big.
gonna leave that there for now.
Yep.
And it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As I'm trying to do evasive maneuvers, and it does not bring him with us. Oh wait, no,
No, he's grappled. Yes,
He's grappled the
yes,
ship.
it does. Yep, it does.
So that he's like over here now, based on where he was before. So we flooped around.
Yeah.
And
He's on our back, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was like on the half the side of the ship.
And
If
I
he's
don't.
directly behind us, then I made a mistake.
Well, no.
Oh, you mean in the same space?
That's where you
Yes.
put our shields.
I don't. I think we're gonna rule it that way. I don't have the word grappled in front of me. You may have just been able to fly away, but I think it makes sense because
he's
it's
fucking
holding
all
on.
over our shit.
Yes. So
That is my turn, as I have now assumed captain duties. While Barnabas is.
I
away.
thought you did captain's duties earlier. You.
I did. That was co-pilot duties.
Oh, sorry. That's everybody's station. They're up. My turn's very simple. Number 4 is going to continue to try to get into melee range. I think he can make it with 10 hexes. And
easily.
the other one, they're both going to continue to try to tear this ship apart.
We have focused the shields, though. There is all I'm going to say.
Okay, so what does that mean? Is this? Oh, that's great. I'm so glad that you
Double
did
the
that.
shield points on that fire arc.
So
Okay.
however many shield points we have left, we double
28.
it.
Oh, great.
We double them.
But we don't have shields anywhere else.
Exactly.
Okay.
Lady Luck be with us.
This is for number the one that's barely holding on. Number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
Number 2 is going to get a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
That's enough. wait.
Right
We have no power dice
Yeah.
left.
We had 1 left.
No.
No,
we used
Faith
both.
used both.
Fuck! Damn it!
Like this.
Scumbag.
We did say we're gonna use both.
Yeah,
We'll get it back.
that's fine.
We'll get it back at the start of the turn.
We might.
Maybe. The good news is that if we miss, we will definitely get 1 back the following turn.
Yeah, because we
not
won't have
spent
used
any.
one.
You can feel Barnabas's eyes roll as yet another section of the ship gets torn apart. A circular hole is breached. You take 20 fire damage that ignores damage threshold and creates a circular opening. And the ether flows back into the ship.
20, another 20 to the hole.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, not for the shields?
No.
Oh.
It says damage. It says. Oh. It ignores damage threshold. Doesn't say anything about shield or hull.
The shield should absorb it.
Oh, okay. So
Right?
it just takes,
Is it ignoring the threshold would just mean no matter what, it deals that.
That's correct. So you could have a,
Oh, no,
a
but
threshold
the
of
threshold's
100.
only on the hull, so it's got to be directly to the hull.
yeah, so the roll. It's okay. Yep. Another 20.
I agree.
Oh.
Oh, another breach!
And thankfully, I did not roll a natural 20. I got a 19, so I get fucking a billion. An additional 20 fire damage as these creatures. I'm flavoring this as them pulling it apart, but really,
the buckets.
they are using that acid
bailing.
spit. They are using that fire beam. They're cutting almost like welders into the surface of this, and then using that strength to peel back these holes. And you take an additional 20 fire damage. I don't have to roll. It's just 20.
Yep. I took it. I took it to the hole.
Calypso, you're up.
Let's roll out for our power die.
Okay.
5. Alright, so we have 1 power die.
We're back on the board. We're back on the board.
I used all of my rapid repair dice.
Yeah, you did.
I was wondering, like, well,
Well, I had to heal. Okay, I had to heal. I needed to heal 20.
Yeah, you did.
So, someone else got it.
Shit.
I will
Ah,
turret. We'll
listen.
just turret.
So roll your poison.
So
roll
let me-
your poison.
Mr. Poison.
Yeah. I've also got a plan. I got something I can do now.
You still find
It's
missiles,
a.
right?
You said a Constitution saving throw.
I think
That's what it was.
hard to hit from that angle.
Con saving throw, yeah.
Con saving throw, yes. DC 13.
In the captain's seat.
Where are we actually facing right now? This way?
Yeah, we're flying
Exactly
in the direction of the
13.
sun.
You are starting to feel a little dizzy, but you're able to maintain concentration.
All right. I'll send both of my natural 20.
There it is, baby.
And so I'll be overcome because I just got a natural 20 on a d20 test. So I gain heroic inspiration
Nice.
What?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
From what?
from my overcome species trait.
Well,
Start assuming, folks.
I'm
Start assuming,
overcome
everybody.
with excitement by natural 20ing this bastard.
Can't
Roll
go soon
8
enough.
d10s.
And then I'm
You can
also...
overcome
Well,
any
I
obstacle.
know.
Well,
I
are you
know.
gonna roll a second attack?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because you
It can
probably
come
kill
soon
one
enough, though.
on the
Oh, gotcha. I didn't realize there
So
were still
if
two.
you're shooting,
I'm shooting four. I'm shooting four.
I would bet you kill it with 4 d10s. That's what I'm gonna say.
Shoe number 4? Oh, that changes everything.
11, 19, 21,
Oh.
21, 41, 45, 51,
I mean, I can try that.
55. 55 points of damage.
To which one?
Number 4.
Number
gotta
4.
Plenty.
You obliterate this thing.
Thank God.
Massive
Hell
holes
yeah.
appear where your shots land, and pretty soon it's nothing but ether.
And then number 2, this one's invisible, right?
We're disadvantaged.
This is a disadvantage, exactly correct.
But there is the harpoon sticking out
Oh,
somewhere.
no. It's not like invisibility. It's warheads that track it that have disadvantage on attack rolls. You can still make it out from a turret.
Is that like a
position.
missile? You mean like,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't missile this fucker.
Yeah.
That's what I was worried
23 then to hit this one.
Oh, definitely.
16, 20,
I'm cooked. I don't think there's anything.
29 points of radiant damage.
29 points of damage to number 2.
Yeah.
You're able to take out both creatures.
Oh,
And-
exhilarating! Kai Shen, finish him off.
Delphina
I think you
finishes
killed
the
them
deal.
all.
Oh, did I? Look at
Nice
that!
shot, young lady!
You're all sweating. It takes you dealing with the poisonous effects of ether. The next few minutes are very tense. There is no immediate threat of these squiddies jumping at you, but you know that perhaps they could be lurking behind any rock. Yes, Mikey.
I would like to go to the cargo, get the repair parts that are in there.
Yes.
And use my engineering tools to basically patch up the hull.
This is the
It's
equipment I
rap-
mentioned earlier.
It's not rapid repair, but it is, I won't be able to restore hit points.
It takes time and
yeah.
energy. It's not like something you can do in the heat of battle, but...
As you leave, do I hear the power kind of draining from the ship slowly?
I think
absolutely.
I think diegetically it does the that happens in the ship.
The
Yes.
battery cells are going down.
I hear maybe like a low power moment, and I look out at the breach, or out into space, and I see maybe a corpse or just bits of corpse floating in space, and I understand that we are a ship floating in space. And I'll look to Barnabas and I'll say, Captain, floating powerless at the edge of space, there is peace in it. Is there not? And I will begin to turn and leave.
I'll say, no, there be peace and not dying and enjoying our 2.5 million notes, Mr. Yorner, but your god has seemingly seen us through, as I'm going to make my way to the repair parts and attempt to patch up the breach so we're all not all coughing and sputtering and poison.
The first few minutes are sweaty. Then 10 minutes pass, an hour. You definitely start to navigate your way through this asteroid-laden field. It's foggy. Sometimes they come at you at a great speed and you have to dart around them and not only navigate the fact that you don't want to be hit by a fucking rock, but also watching the surface, looking for movement.
Yeah, the moment that the sensors are no longer picking up any enemies, I would get back on the comms again and just be like, all right, Captain, I'm taking it real slow, and I'm getting back on our original heading. Everything good? Is that all right?
All right, Mr. Stabbercotch, just navigate clearly towards the heading. Take her easy.
Aye, Roger.
Nice shot. Nice shot, young lady, Mr. J. Shell, Miss Voss.
Incredible shooting.
Oh, I'm incredibly proud of you. I didn't know you had it in you. I mean, I did, but I didn't.
You as well. It's great to see how capable you are, knowing what's ahead of us.
We're stronger yet for having you here.
Oh, very kind of you.
I'll get back on the comms again and just say, if anyone's not feeling well, if you start to show signs of ether sickness, make sure you say something so we can get you checked out.
I would say, for the sake of brevity, that you are able to make what mechanical repairs you need to, and any of you enjoy the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
It's not within the next hour or even the next day that you reach your destination. Boom, 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 boom. It's at this rapid staccato that the beacon is firing that you suddenly leave the fog. Almost like exiting a wall or crossing a threshold. A trail of magenta fog swimming behind you. You suddenly leave the nebula and find yourself in empty space, confronted by what feels like ink, like complete darkness, pitch black in almost all directions. There is only one spot in front of you. Not even stars twinkling or blinking around you, but the small spot that is the QSS Osamandas. It feels like an impressive space here, quiet, almost as though there are no gods.
I would step away from everyone to a moment, a place where I can't be heard as I press my hand up against the glass and see the QSS Osamandas for the first time in potentially a long time. And I'll look out at this starless sea in front of us, and I'll say, I miss you, Daddy. Time was stolen from us, and it's not fair. And I'll take another couple of moments to myself, and then I'll rejoin everyone else.
You take that moment for yourself, and then when you take the side of your now allies, the five of you confront, what is it that you do next? And that's where we'll take a quick break.
Oof.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, folks.
You know, I really like Dungeons and Dragons, guys.
That's where you'll find me. With starlight in your eyes, you set the world on fire. Out among the stars. That's where you'll find me. With starlight in your eyes, you set the world on fire. Join me on this neon odyssey.
The typically colorful surrounding of space is behind you like a curtain. And all in front of you, the sky is blotted out, as though covered in the ink of a kraken. You feel that there are no gods here. Not even the stars you may have grown so familiar with in your many travels through space shine down upon you. And there in the distance, thousands of feet perhaps, is very clearly the shape holographically represented by Delphina's presentation when you began this voyage, the QSS Osamandas. You begin to approach, slowly, thinking about what to do first, what to do next. What happens next is up to you.
Captain, excuse my language, but what the fuck is this? I don't think I've ever been out this far.
You know, dark matter, kraken ink, lakes of the void, no stars. The gods can't see us now, lad. Save for one. Mr. Yorner, you better pray. Pray harder, keep praying to the one God who can. Is that your vessel, Miss Voss?
Yes, that it is.
What do your spirits tell you, Mr. Jade Shell?
How does the harmony feel to me? Quieted? Severed?
Oh, sweet lords.
Severed is as close a word as I think we'll get. There is clearly a lack of balance here. And that feels spiritually correct to you as you put your eyes on this strange space for the first time, but also looking at the Osamandas as you get closer and closer, you realize that it is a very literal out of balance, as you all observe that the ship is not stable. It is tumbling. It is rotating. It is on the long axis, not a derelict ship, a hulk of metal and polymer and glass, but it is rotating lengthwise, and not end over end, but side over side at an incredible speed. It seems to be caught in some form of a vortex out here, something invisible. But there's a turbulence that is continuing to swish it, almost like flipping a coin. Scrim. And you watch as you get closer and closer. You start to feel a bit of shaking.
You got a vortex. How are we going to board this thing?
Oh, this is a nightmare.
We can't afford a breach or any unsealed connection here. It's gonna be far worse than ether poisoning if we breathe any of that in.
The schematics you've all studied from time to time of the Osamandas shows that there are docking ports on all sides of the Osamandas, but the vortex might make that impossible. How would you even begin to try to match the circular rotation of this ship to get the side port the docking side of the Calypso to match one of the sides of this ship moving at such incredible speed as it is. Delphina, yes, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
please,
if you have something.
No, please go first.
Delphina, if you are the most intimately familiar with this ship, and I would say you wouldn't even have to roll for it. There is a point of entry on the tail end of the ship. There might be a way for you to access a back port where you'd be able to perhaps slide up against it. It would be incredibly difficult, but without the whirlpool subsiding, there seems to be no other way of actually getting access to the mystery you've been trying to unbox for so long.
I know the Osamandas, and with what's happening here, we're going to need to find a way to access the hatch at the back.
All right, I'll bring it around. How big is this thing compared to the Calypso?
I would say the word that comes to mind is massive. It's a very good word. Actually, you know what? An even better word is colossal. This is the size of side of a ship where if you were a fighter and you were trying to make an attack run, you could actually skim along the side and hide yourself from its attacks for a brief time, because it would be almost impossible to target you if you were able to skim along the side at a great speed.
So almost like akin to the Sorok and Cavalon capital ships. Or maybe not quite that big, but the destroyers and the cruisers
I think,
that I would have avoided
yeah,
and dodged
in Starship Neon Odyssey terms. This is a capital L large ship.
Yeah.
It is not gargantuan like the massive super ships that you might find, but it is a very, very sizable ship. Right. Hundreds of people could be here and their families, and they'd be comfortably seated and be able to do their scientific work.
I would be watching as we're approaching, right? And I'll look out at just this black sky, and I'll say, "The Emperor drowned in the sea of black. The light of Agathos does not shine here. But he is here." And I'll put my hand on Barnabas' shoulder. And I'm going to cast Enhance Ability at a second level.
Let's fucking go.
And I'm going to say Dex checks, presumably.
What are you doing? I already gave you the long rest. That's it. That's the last one you get. No.
You will have advantage on Dex checks for 1 hour, as long as I maintain concentration.
Oh, that's pretty good.
He will steady your hand and still your mind.
Keep praying. I have an idea. We're going to need 4 of us to land true with harpoons at the same time. Get pulled into its orbit. We reel it in, make a clean seal. We then cut our way through.
I'm not down here for a second. In fact, I don't think there's anybody else in the galaxy that can land this thing, other than you. But if we miss these shots, it might rip the Calypso in two.
Aye. One chance. All 4 of us need to strike true.
All right. What do you think? You up for it?
I would move, also just closer to the captain. Are you still? And I'm visibly flustered, almost like the wind has been knocked out of me. Like all the oxygen in my lungs have been sucked out in the moment that we crossed here. Do you still believe in this mission, Captain? The Harmony. What was like waves crashing on the beach, now like a still pond. It's sense that connects me. So faint.
Don't lose heart now, Mr. Jade Shell. I brought you here for a great boon. You can feel your spirits at all. There's still a chance. And don't forget, Mr. Yorner's God is watching over us now.
Yes.
And of course the 2.5 million. I mean, come on.
Exactly right.
Carcosa.
Yes. He dreams of us.
I hope they're pleasant dreams, Mr. Yorner.
If you still believe in this, Captain, then I as well have faith. I will man a harpoon.
Why, Miss Voss? Is it that port right there?
That's the one.
That'll get us where we need to.
It is not as sophisticated as a full docking bay or a door or something that you would be able to engage with. This is almost like an emergency hatch. It has an airlock, and you will be able to perhaps lock onto it, but it will require extreme precision in order to get close enough and to match the centripetal acceleration of the Osamandas.
All right. 4 harpoons, 1 at each corner.
All right, I'm
Reel
on
us
it.
right in.
Here we go.
I'm stationed.
I'm gonna hop in and man my spot.
Young lady, you ever fired a harpoon from before? All the weapons that you might have had training with?
A harpoon? No. But I promise you, I am capable.
Aim, point, shoot.
It's
Same
all
principle.
the same.
All right, and basically I'll get to my station and basically like wait for all 4 of us to be ready.
You start to pilot the ship and navigate it. You have to do some strange maneuvering. You know 2 things are going to happen. As you enter the whirlpool, you start to feel the turbulence of it. You're not just going to have to accelerate to match the speed of the Osamandas as it moves, but you're going to have to turn the ship and accelerate the side where the docking side of the Calypso matches the exterior of the Osamandas, and match its acceleration by pushing the front thrusters down and the back thrusters up, tumbling the Calypso end over end in order to get to the correct position.
Calypso.
I need you
True, my love.
to make a vehicle's dexterity check as you begin to make your approach.
Advantaged!
And you have, if it's Dex, you got your extra.
Is it advantage or what?
It's an ability check.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, you're
You're good.
advantaged.
All right, perfect.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh.
I love this comment. I love Yorner so much, but I need him killed.
Keep saying that. Again and again.
That is not gonna happen. That is
23.
You don't know. You don't know.
This motherfucker's
There's some
not dying.
unsettling stuff
We're
going
all
on
gonna
here.
die, and this guy's gonna ascend.
Yeah.
Okay.
23.
No, he's gonna.
You pilot the Calypso masterfully. The initial waves of the whirlpool, the vortex that you are experiencing, hit you like wakes, and the nautical experience of your entire life kicks in, and you begin to ride those waves. It becomes a natural feeling of rocking back and forth, and pretty soon you're 100 feet away from the back of this massive ship. Like a giant wall, you can see the exterior masterfully crafted ship hull, smooth and reflective in all directions.
All right, here we are, my love. And so basically, oh, that's right. Do a barrel roll.
Good work, Captain. Keep us
And
steady.
we'll all basically try to match it. All right, that's it. All 4 of you, are you ready?
Ready, Captain.
Aim true. We only have 1 shot. Hold.
Come on, baby, Layla. Come
Hold.
on, baby.
Ready, Captain.
Hold! Fire! And basically attempting to blast the harpoons at the same time.
I need you to make an additional vehicle's dexterity check, and I need you all to make attack rolls for me.
Are you hiring? Do you have a harpoon that you're also firing?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Natural
we're on the same
20.
Oh, we're probably not blessed anymore. Right?
Not a natural 20.
Oh. And what's the
so what was
plus for the
this?
harpoon? Oh, the scrap
plus
harpoon?
7.
Plus 7. Okay.
I got a 26.
26?
27.
I rolled a 19. So I'm just garbage because I didn't get a natural 20.
The harmony no longer guides my hand.
Oh, no.
I've got a 10.
A 10? Okay.
23.
3 harpoons go out to latch on, and you get a 23 on your first check. You immediately feel the burden of gravity as as Barnabas pushes the acceleration into high gear. Beginning to spin almost like a firework, you start to pull and twist the harpoon tethers. They stay in line and start to tighten up, bringing you closer and closer and closer and closer to the edge of this massive spinning frame. The question is just, were you able to get center, or are you going to start to drift and get flung out, causing potentially massive damage to the Calypso? Yes.
Captain, I missed! My harpoon went wide!
Does this start like twisting us, ripping apart the hull, or how does basically?
This is gonna be immediate.
It's not immediate.
Okay.
This is all happening in the matter of seconds, and so as you all both are able to aim true, you hear Taishen's voice ring out that his shot went wide, and sure enough, it is a little bit too far away, and the tether starts to wrap around the nose of the Calypso, and you're going to have to course correct against that in order to try to get back and hopefully not do any more damage, not more damage, but any damage to the Calypso to realign yourself with the spinning Osamandas. Make another vehicle.
You may have doomed us all, Mr. Jameson! Pray, Mr. Yorner, pray!
I have a question.
Yes.
So with heroic inspiration, which I have one of, you can gift it to someone else when you gain another one.
Yeah.
I would have gained another one from this natural 20. So can I give my previous
That's a
heroic
great
inspiration
fucking question.
to Taishen
Does
to
the species
re-roll
trait
his
come
harpoon?
with any restriction of how many times that can occur?
It's only once a day.
It
right?
is once a day, but you don't lose your heroic inspiration. I had my heroic inspiration.
been like
It's
more
been
than
more
had
than a
we had
day.
a long rest.
It's been more than a
so
day.
this is a new one for this day. So can I give him the one I've been hoarding?
You can
as a
punt that
Stardust
heroic
human?
inspiration like a football.
I believe in you,
So rewind
Taishen.
all that. None of that happened.
Focus.
Okay,
None of that
okay.
happened yet.
We're in slow motion right now.
No!
It was
Did you
fate.
get a natural one?
It was fate. It was fate.
Yeah, no,
Everything
no,
all
no,
happened.
no,
It all happened.
It's fate.
Pray, Mr. Yorner!
This time it hits an abyssal crash and I actually reel it in.
So it was like a football, and it was Lucy from Peanuts.
That was so cool. I'm sorry I let you down.
yeah, it's
that
okay,
was
it's
that
okay.
was some
That's great.
cold-blooded stuff to do.
I had to look
I
it up
just
because
let
I was
you
like,
down.
wait a minute, can I? And it's
So
only
you
if
are
you're
course
getting a new
correcting
one.
for your for
13th
Taishen's
black
shot.
tide, the 13th round star.
I start to reel
I
us
feel
in
bad enough already,
to
Yorner.
get Taishen's harpoon
Damn it.
back,
Can't help
and
it,
then
Lucky.
swing. And I'm gonna do the best I can. Come on, my love, you can do this. I know we've gotten out of worse scraps than this. As I'm gonna basically do my best to do another piloting check, presumably.
You are going to have to make another piloting check, but as I described, gravity is becoming your enemy. Moving at this end over end speed at the rate that you are, the G-forces are extremely real. 2, 3, 4, 5 times typical world gravity force starts to hit you. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Gross.
Hell yeah!
I'm actually pretty good at that. Uh-oh.
23.
My spine is completely compressed.
13.
I got an
13.
11. I definitely don't pass.
Okay.
20. I rolled
20.
An 11. But I'm going to choose to succeed.
That's a reasonable thing to do at this time. Anyone who got 13 or below
I have 11, yeah.
finds themselves stunned until the beginning of the next turn. What do you get?
I got 23.
You are able to hold on against the tremendous forces that now push the
The
Calypso.
DC was 14?
13.
Oh, so I pass.
You pass.
Okay.
You are able to
I'm a
hold
little guy. I'm
on.
just a little guy.
You're just a little guy.
little
You're just a little guy.
And
spine is compressed.
you are all feeling this energy. You realize that you are nearly there, matching the tremendous rotational speed of the Osamandas. You're going to have to make one more dexterity check, and everyone's going to have to make one more Constitution throw. You have the harpoons are holding,
If you're
and
stunned, you can't take any reactions, I assume. You're probably
Yeah.
getting fucked.
actions, bonus actions, or reactions are
Thank you.
inactive.
I can't help you if you fuck this up, Barnabas.
24.
Oh, perfect.
Wait, what are we making?
I would just
Another
actually
Constitution
say
saving.
stunned isn't exactly what I mean. I'm just going straight incapacitated, and if you fail a second time, then we'll have additional consequences.
18.
Well, being incapacitated doesn't affect my con roll, though.
No, you're making a
I
secondary.
got another
con roll.
13.
You got another 13. So you're gritting your teeth, holding on. And I would
much
say
better.
with
20,
them on the
30, 20.
harpoons, it's going to be up to Barnabas or you to actually engage the docking mechanism to try to latch onto this hat once you feel the speed is where it is.
I got a 10.
If that's a responsibility you're willing to take on.
I think I would know somehow how to do this.
Yes,
100%.
it's a push of a button.
100%.
I got a dirty 20 on my second con saving throw.
You're able to hold on, and you regain the ability to speak. You're no longer incapacitated. You're able to push out of it with pure willpower. 10. You.
I'm just a little guy.
I'm just a little guy.
You feel your vision start to tunnel, and you are fighting to keep consciousness as you are sitting in your seat, strapped in. Barnabas, what was your last vehicle's dexterity check?
Even higher. That's like a 24.
Man, that enhanced ability
That
does
is crazy.
so much work.
Because I'm getting like 3, 2, 1, but then also 18 and 19.
This could have been so bad, and it's in this moment that you realize you can yell out that you've officially matched the rotational velocity of the Osamandas, and if you just push the right button at the right time, you can get it.
My love, Calypso, you're doing it. Pray, Mr. Yorner.
I've seen this.
I am at peace, my love.
I'm gonna approach
Well,
like
I'm at
wherever
peace.
I need to be to like hit the button when the lock is, and I'm gonna wait for basically the order from the captain.
You hear the order, you hear his strained voice come over the comms, and you are looking out at the hatch through the docking door on the side of the Calypso, and it's when they match and almost hit an exact precision, is the exact moment that Barnabas yells out, and you are able to put your hand up on a panel. Massive hooks jet out from the sides and interlock with the engagement door of the docking mechanism, this emergency hatch on the other side. I need the ship to make a strength saving throw.
You're not advantage on that.
No, I know.
Fuck.
Well,
Oh boy. That looks
That
good.
seemed kind of like a good.
That sounded good.
That sounded good.
21.
Oh! The greatest space captain on the planet!
Calypso!
I hired him for a reason.
You hold, and unbelievably, you are able to match the velocity with such accuracy that the door doesn't bend the metal of the actual hatch itself. You are able to hold, and for a moment you are accelerating, but you realize that you can ease up as the momentum of the Osamandas takes over, and pretty quickly you're able to match speed. All of you start to feel the gravitation relax. It's still intense, but you're no longer accelerating. You are evening out.
Wow!
That was close.
Nice job! Yes, Captain!
Mr. Dreadwake.
I don't thank me, thank Calypso. She got us to our destination. She found your ship. It weren't me. And you're gone, Mr. Yorner. I felt him.
Every note.
I just you wait in case until we get into a scrap. Then it'll be even more worth your pretty penny here.
Catching your breath, you all realize that it's as simple as opening the door and walking out from the Calypso to the Osamandas. The door wasn't ripped apart, there was no ether exposure, you didn't even have to jump a gap in order to try to make it from one side to the other. Things could have gone a lot worse, but through teamwork and sheer luck, faith, and experience, you have arrived.
I will reach into my pack as I will go up to Miss Voss. I'll say, I only have one of these, but you are a paying customer. You should be the one to have this, just in case. As I'm going to hand you one of my hypertext schematics, and it is my environment seal. And so it's effectively it's effectively a rebreather from Star Wars Episode 1. As I'm going to hand this to you. And in case there is a harmful effect from opening this seal to the Osamandas, you will be fine, and we'll figure it out.
I would say that we probably have I probably have a locker somewhere where I keep all of my gear on the ship, and I would go and I would grab my bag, my like ready to go bag, because we are scrappers.
Yep.
We've been doing this forever.
We're
And so
salvagers,
I
yeah.
would go grab my bag, my basically ready to go bag, sling it over my shoulder, make sure that I have my quick blade and my heavy laser pistol, not knowing what lays on the other side of this door, and basically just gear up and get ready to go until Captain says it's time to roll.
I'm gonna get all my explosives, all my compounds, my mixtures, and all of that, and I'm just completely fully strapping under my coat, and then I kind of like not to alarm anybody, but then to not alarm everyone.
You
I'll
put
my
even
coat
your
over it.
most precious equipment into your bandolier this time, taking everything with you, and all of you feel that you need to be prepared for anything, and so you do. There's more than enough time. There is no immediate threat. All you need to do is cross the airlock threshold, and you'll be inside the QSS Osamandas, Delphina, what you've been searching for so long.
I will go into my room, and I will grab my things. I'll grab my staff, and I'll walk to the box, and I will open it. And you'll see it's almost like perfectly still at this point. And I'm going to like grab it, and I don't have to touch it. Like it won't even make contact, and it'll sort of float in my hand, and I will like place it in my robes, and I will join the rest of my crew.
Concealing your precious artifact, you make your way back down through the corridors, and the five of you reach the door. You haven't opened it. Everything's stable. It almost feels peaceful, serene, as you think of your next great step in this mission.
Bring the young lady her device, Mr. Stabs.
Roger, Captain, I'm on it. And I would do just that. Yep.
It should easily come out.
Yeah. And I would return the device to Miss Voss.
Thank you.
Take your device back, and with a few presses of a button, you're able to unlock the Calypso side door of the docking bay, and you're immediately confronted with the airlock hatch that was once facing open space. Not even just ether space, but this strange space that you find yourself in now.
All right, crew. Remember, this is a salvage, but also a rescue operation, as unlikely as that looks now. Keep an eye out for survivors. And Miss Voss will follow you to where you know we need to go.
Yes, I know exactly where we should head.
I'm gonna basically press the button.
You have to enter a few commands, and then there's a massive handle that requires a humanoid like yourself to pull it free open, turn it, and then push it back in order to disengage the mechanism. And the door starts to push back and swing in. There is a satisfying hiss of pressure release as the door disappears into the space, and you are confronted with a long corridor bathed in fuchsia. The emergency lights are on. Nothing is blinking or flashing, but everything is low-powered. Clearly, only the very most skeleton emergency systems are engaged at this time. It's quiet.
All right. Let's keep quiet and listen for survivors. It should be down this hall. Just follow me.
We have to stay on our guard as well. Something brought the ship in this condition, and we don't yet know what.
Right.
Too right you are, Taishan.
Keep praying, Mr. Yorner.
And I will, knowing the layout of this ship as well as I do, I will make my way through the halls.
I would say that you've not been on the QSS Osamandas before.
Well, no, but I've seen the blueprints.
You've almost lived it in your dreams. You've seen the blueprints. You've studied them over and over, wondering what might happen in those rooms, what have happened, how no lack of communication could have gone for so long. And the click of your heels, the sound of your footsteps are all that's audible as you walk from one side of the hallway to the other. Being sure to engage the safety lock of the docking mechanism on the Calypso, you open the next door, and you're confronted by hallways that stretch out by on either side. These hallways, even though the Osamandas is straight, curve naturally, making it almost impossible to see up the horizon of both sides of the hallway as you are confronted by the strange architecture of this space. Delphina does know exactly where to go. Perhaps there are laboratories in one wing, or training areas in another, mess halls, living quarters. It doesn't matter. She knows that she needs to make it to a communications room to try and engage whatever systems might be still there. And that's where you go.
As I step into the ship, I'll turn back and I'll peer into the darkness with the emergency lights. And I'll turn to the captain. I'll say, "The black tide rises. Do not stray."
Nowhere to go. Full bore and into the abyss.
The abyss is waiting.
Goodbye, my love. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. And I'll close the door behind us.
I am not listening to either of them. I've already begun
Oh,
to
100%.
move through
Yeah.
the halls.
Keep up. I'll catch up and I'll hobble after them. Probably in the. I don't know if I'm faster than Yorner, but I'm doing my best to keep up.
Eventually, I would hope that I'm able to lead them to.
Certainly the answer is yes, and I won't make you roll for navigation or anything like that. That said, I do need everyone to make a group perception check.
Oh, I'm very good at that. Very good.
My passive perception is a 19.
Oh, you beat me by one. That's crazy. Mine's
Holy
18.
shit. Passive is
love to be
19?
Yeah.
Sweet Christmas.
Dang, yeah. That's big.
28.
28.
23.
14.
17.
A 4.
– 28, 23, 4. It doesn't matter. The hallways are pristine. There's no sign of damage. The ceilings are where they should be. The floors unmarked by blaster mark or otherwise. No spills to speak of. And, importantly, no signs of life. You continue to walk down the hallways soaked in this fuchsia light, and as fast as you want to move, it's hard to walk at your fastest speed. Just keeping an eye out here and there, occasionally listening. Eventually, you reach a doorway, and with a wave of your hand, it silently moves to either side, allowing you to enter what is clearly a room for ship-level communication and access to the computers.
Yeah, I would immediately look for the main console.
You walk directly up to it. There's a number of bulbing CRT televisions and a variety of pressure switches, levers, these sorts of analog technology, custom to the ships built like this.
I would, having used something similar many times, I would reach down and begin to enter in whatever code I think would help me to access it, numbers that I believe would be important to this ship and those that manned it, until eventually getting to the lock screen or the
You know that your key card is a way to perhaps engage this ship, or at least find out information, perhaps get at least to a diagnostics level. Your first keystrokes are unsuccessful. The screen itself remains dark. Emergency systems being what they are, there doesn't seem to be any power. You pull out a special key card that you brought with you.
I not a key card, but I reach into my wetsuit and I pull out a locket. And I open it up, and on one side there's a photo, and on the other side there's a digital chip. And I look towards the device and I press it out and hope for a reading.
You press it and hold your breath and wait. And then the screen flickers for a moment and hits you with green light. There's a flash, and you hear, all of you, the physical sound of the computer booting up.
Oh, I think it worked.
Nice.
I close my locket and tuck it back into my suit. All right. Well,
A face flashes onto the monitor. It, at first, is totally still, totally unanimated, until suddenly it opens its eyes. A very humanoid-shaped face. It looks relatively human, but also nondescript. And its pupils blink out for a moment, and it almost has a very realistic but jittery look on its face. And you hear a voice come from the speakers on either side of the monitor. Hello, welcome. Access granted.
Vonnegut, is that you?
Lady Delphina Voss, a pleasure to see you here. How are you? Happy day.
Yes, a very, very happy day. What happened? What happened?
What do you mean?
What happened to the Osamandas?
Searching memory banks. You hear that same sound of reels. You hear that same clicking, the same chatter from within the terminal console. And memory inaccessible.
What do you mean, memory inaccessible? And I'll type in some things on the system. No, what Vonnegut? What happened?
My
Where
memory
is
banks
everyone?
appear to be completely blank. Memory inaccessible.
Oh no. Well, would I know of anywhere? Would I know whether there's backup memory or whether there is anywhere else on the ship where we could find, or just horrifying sounds?
There are more horrifying ship sounds, certainly around every corner. But having accessed Vonnegut, you get the sense that you might be able to perhaps engage other systems. You might be able to get Vonnegut his memory back if the emergency systems weren't on. And so there would be other places that you could try. There's the core itself, as an example. There are computers rooms. They're all on upper levels, and elevators notwithstanding, you might be able to find some sort of a solution to Vonnegut's problem.
It looks like there's some sort of malfunction with the computer system, and there's no memory accessible. But I believe if we head upstairs,
I can fix anything.
If we try to access the other systems, we may be able to access the memory that's lost. We need to turn off the emergency protocol.
Alright, so we go to the memory server room. If there's a malfunction, you should be able to repair it right quick.
It may be quite the trek. We'll have to use emergency hatches, I imagine, so I hope that none of you are against a little bit of a workout.
Will that help us re-engage the full ship?
I would imagine that it should, yes. If we can turn off the emergency protocol, and if we can override Vonnegut's system and re-establish the connection, we should be able to get the QSS Osamandas back on its feet.
No problem. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I I believe that I can lead us there.
How do you know this thing, young lady? They called you Lady Voss?
Yes, well... We don't have time for these sorts of questions. But once we get upstairs, once we start working on getting everything up and running, I can tell you more. But for now, let's get there, please.
Calypso, salvage. Ask no further questions.
All right.
You tell me what to fix and I'll fix it.
I'll lead the way then.
Delphina, you turn and walk past your companions, the folks you've brought with you to defend you and Gordian this knot.
Wise fool wakens. I say under my breath as relief. Sorry.
You're asking me the questions.
I don't know what to ask this fucking guy.
Yorner is the problem.
You pass again through the automated double doors and you make your way out into the hallway. You make a left in order to continue up and towards the memory banks where you might be able to solve this problem.
Way, the memory banks.
But you stop there in your tracks. Just not 50, 60 feet from you is a figure. Someone crawling on the hallway floor.
Hello?
Struggling.
Oh no. Hello, are you all right? Agent Voss. Identify yourself.
You should not have come here. Who are you?
I'm Agent Voss. Identify yourself.
You should not have come here. There's nothing for you here. You look and very closely you can see that this man is struggling, but it's not obvious why. There's no blood around him. He seems to be sweating profusely. This is a Solari man, and what would normally be vibrant neon hair is a dull blue now. He is crawling towards you and looking panicked.
I would move in front of Lady Voss, weapon drawn, as it starts to approach.
I wouldn't let you move in front of me, but I would move side by side with you, and you would see my hands go to 2 pistols on either side of my hips.
Voss! Voss, you say?
Yes. Identify yourself, and do not come any closer.
I'm sorry you're here. The Osamandas is lost. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well.
Uh-oh.
I thought we were looking for a pleasure cruise.
I got the chills.